The police are requesting an ambulance to detail man screaming for one inside the Irish Social Club at number 19 Park Street, West Rock Street.
Have you ever stood and stared at it, marveled at its beauty, its genius? Millions of collectors, lovers of film and horror alike, just living out their lives, oblivious. Did you know that the first program was designed to be a perfect human world, where none suffered, where everyone would be happy? It was a disaster. No one would accept the program. Some believe that we lack the programming language to describe your perfect world, but I believe that as a species, human beings define their reality through misery and suffering. However, when viewers of the Movie Canon YouTube channel tune in, they get a sense of joy. Too much joy, if you ask me. You see, the perfect world would dream that your primitive cerebral kept trying to wake up from, which is why this was redesigned to this, the peak of your civilization. For some reason, human beings still found their way to the Movie Canon YouTube channel. This has to change. Look out that window. You had your time. The future is our world. The future is our time. Is there something on your mind?
Watch the Movie Canon.
I'm from Terrifier 2 and Terrifier 3, and I just want to say you're watching the Movie Canon. Hope you enjoy. Hi, Gio.
Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel, The Movie Canon. I'm Giovanni, and this is Figures Talk, episode number 24. It is Sunday, September 22nd, 2024, and we have a few announcements that came from the Batman 85 line. A couple of them were a bit lackluster, I would say, and one of them was actually pretty damn good. And there's another one that is not related to Hot Toys, but I know a lot of you guys have seen some photos. That Catwoman from JAZZINC, and those photos are looking absolutely amazing. So we're going to talk about that. I know a lot of you guys already talked about it, but I have to talk about them because I'm very excited for that figure. And of course, we have my Canon Council here tonight, as we always have here. And because it's still a celebration of Batman Day was yesterday. We're still going to go and celebrate some Batman stuff. Actually, the whole theme of tonight's episode is going to be Batman Day celebrations, so stay tuned for all of that. And let's go ahead and bring my very first Canon Council member, as I like to call him here, so you guys know him as the one and only Mr. 1 Adam 12, the Figures Talk champion.
Since I was 3 or 4 years old, I've loved Star Wars, so we'll keep looking. We're getting into Double Jeopardy where things really get tense. Iron Man, knowing that the original Avengers are destroyed and the MCU goes down the drain. And also knowing that we destroy Indiana Jones, Jurassic Park, Jaws, Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Oh, man. Bring it.
Hey, Adam, how you doing?
I'm well. I first of all, happy first day of fall, or as you Californians like to call it. Yeah, more summer. But
Right.
we in New York, it's fall for us. And happy day after Batman Day.
Right.
Celebrating his 85th birthday, Detective Comics number 27. So I came dressed for the dance today. So I'm wearing my Dark Knight shirt. I see you're wearing your Batman shirt. So
Oh yeah.
we're ready. It's gonna be. I'm looking forward to talking about one of my favorite superheroes.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Adam, for joining me here tonight. I always appreciate your time here. And yeah, I do see your Dark Knight shirt ready to go for the occasion. So yeah, like I mentioned earlier, some lackluster announcements at the beginning of the week, but then we got something a little better closer to the end of the week. But we'll get into that in just a bit. But again, Adam, thank you so much for being here. Let's go ahead and bring my next Canon Council member. He has been here many times, Mr. Brick Artemis.
That's frightening. Okay.
When you
Oh man. Okay.
Okay, you got the point, Brick. Let's move on.
I think I
to the
peed
next
a little bit, but okay.
Kids at the orphanage call me Dick.
Well, children can be cruel.
Yeah.
What is up? How you doing?
Brick.
Am I loud? Am I loud?
You seem fine now. Say
Oh,
something
okay.
again.
Hello.
There you go.
How are you doing?
I'm doing good, Brick. Thank you so much for joining us here tonight. You're wearing your Bugle 6 shirt, as always.
Yeah, man. I saw you. I was about to run over and get my Batman shirt. I was like, why didn't I put on a Batman shirt? I thought about doing it. But I was like, I know Gio can see me at the bottom. I don't want to look dumb.
Okay. what was the Batman shirt that you would have?
I have a Batman Beyond shirt.
Oh,
Cool.
Okay.
Nice.
So not a Battinson.
Not a
Batman
Battinson. As much as I love that movie, not a Batman.
shirt? Okay. So Brick, you're gonna do it again here tonight.
I'm gonna make it to the championship.
Okay.
Like I
so-
always do. But I'm gonna lose in the championship.
Okay.
So no, I'm just kidding. Good luck to X-Man. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, this will be the first time for Mr. X-Man doing this battle here tonight. And speaking of, let's bring him in here. Dave, Mr. X-Man, how you
I'm hungry for a win.
doing?
You going down, Brick?
Oh man, you're gonna need all the luck you can get. That's all I can say.
Okay.
Probably right.
So
if
you
he
have
has like a Wolverine list, then I'm screwed probably. But
like all the Wolverine 6 scale
or
figures,
X-Men,
right?
yeah.
All the Wolverine
Rigged. Hashtag rigged.
already, right?
Yeah.
Before it even begins.
Oh.
Dave, thank you so much for joining us here again. So you seem to be a regular now. So I still owe you an intro. So I'll get that for you.
I'll take it.
Very soon. But thank you so much. Again, you're gonna go against Brick tonight for the Figures Talk matchup, best out of 5. That'll be towards the end of the stream here tonight, and whoever wins goes against Adam sometime in October. We haven't decided what date yet, but sometime in the spooky season era.
Ooh.
So we'll do that later on there. But thank you so much again, Dave, for joining us here. My next guest, the next Canon Council member, he has been here before as well. And we're welcoming here back, Mr. Lois, Pop Culture Relics. How you doing, Lois?
Doing well. How's it going, gentlemen?
Hello.
Hey, how are you?
Hey, man. Good to see you.
Doing very well,
Thank you.
Lois. And like I said, you've been here before. You even helped me out with the San Diego Comic-Con little segment that we did where you were over there on the Met Report. So I really appreciate that. And I've been trying to have you on here. We're finally able to link up on a good date. So here you are. And thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me, man. I feel a little left behind with the no Batman top wear. I'll save it for the bottom wear, but I figure it's inappropriate. So
Okay,
I'm
all right.
hook for you guys today. I won't show you that.
Hey, I gotta know what's in the glass there behind you.
The Falcon?
That's the okay. It's hard to see. Oh wow,
There you go.
Falcon,
Awesome.
X-Wing, and then the TIE Fighter right here.
That's a dope
Very
ass
cool.
room, man.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
I want,
really cool.
I want to live
Thank
there.
you.
So there you go.
Plenty
But,
of space, man. I'm happy
I
to
think it's-
collect more bodies, as they say.
Oh, okay. There you go. Hopefully only 1/6. But thank you so much
Yes.
there, Louis, for joining us here tonight. And we do have another guest, but he'll show up a little later. Of course, we'll bring him in as soon as he gets here, Mr. Jose Plus. So it'll be just a little bit here. So let's get into the live chat. I think I see a few in there. So let's go in there before we actually get started. All right. So let's see. Where are we here? Okay. So the first one is... Oh, it's from Adam. It says, what's up, everyone? Figures Talk time. Yes, definitely. It looks like you're just talking amongst yourselves there. And Yomo says, yo, what's up, everyone? Hello, Mr. Yomo. Thank you so much for being here in the live chat. Always appreciate you being in here as always. Then you saying what up to Yomo. Everyone's saying hey to Yomo. What's up, my guys? There you go there. I love the Figures Talk cam background. Gio, thank you so much, Yomo. Really appreciate that. Then saying what's up to the champ, Mr. Adam 12, who will be defending his title next month. X-Man is in the hot seat tonight. He definitely is. So we'll see how he does there. Great counsel tonight. Yeah, I would completely agree with that, Mr. Yomo. And just saying hi there to Yomo as well there. Okay, so that's it for the live chat. So, as I mentioned earlier, we're doing the very Batman themed here tonight, right? A lot of Batman stuff going on, a couple of announcements. And there is a Batman actors tier list, which we're going to do in this stream. Hopefully we can figure out a way to do this, but it wasn't loading earlier for some reason, so I thought we may not be able to actually get it done, but it looks like it might be working out, but we'll get into that a little later there. But let's go ahead and let's see, and let's just get this out of the way, guys. Let's just completely get this out of the way. I feel like I'm compelled to talk about this, even if it is brief, right? So this announcement that came like 20 minutes after I ended my stream last Sunday, I saw the Batman 85 logo, or the Batman 85 line logo, and of course I was instantly excited, and like, of course you're gonna do this shit just 20 minutes after my stream. But then I saw what it was, and then I was like, okay, well, I don't feel too bad then. Again, let's open up the video game figure file here. Again, that's from Batman Arkham Knight. Release date, it came out on June 23rd, 2015. Platforms, PS4, Windows, Xbox One. I think there might be some more now at this point. Developer, Rocksteady Studios. I actually did buy this game. I actually bought, I don't know what PlayStation it was at the time. Was it the PS3, maybe?
Probably.
Back in 2015 or whatever. I think I bought the PlayStation to play this game, and I gave it like 10 minutes, and then I realized that I don't have patience for these kind of games. So I'm like, yeah, you know what? I'm not really a gamer. Even if it is Batman, I'm just not a gamer. And I didn't get into this. I don't know. This is not something that happens in the video game, I would assume, right? This is one of those, let's make the figure gold. Is that the case? I don't know if you guys have played this game before, but yeah, so an exclusive, I think it was only 2,000 units. Usually I go in and try to like, check and see like how hard it is to get a figure or whatever. This time I didn't care. I kind of forgot about it. And I think it came out on Friday, I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think it was Friday.
Yeah, so I'm curious to know. I think I know the answer, or maybe not. But have any of you guys tried to order this or actually want this figure? I mean, it's okay if you do, but I just want to know Let's throw it to Mr. Lewis because I have no idea what your thoughts are on this one,
No.
Mr. Lewis.
No, definitely not. I'm a huge Batman fan. I like the games. I didn't finish the last one. But this variant, no. I mean, Batman Beyond's awesome, but with this gold variant for what they're doing for the 85 anniversary, just kind of like another Iron Man gimmick. So it's a hard no for me. Let somebody else who really want it have it. I didn't even try the queue, so yeah, you're welcome. Whoever snagged this in my spot.
Right, there you go. I think a lot of people, right? Yeah. But how about you, Dave? I don't think you try to get this, but maybe
No, I think it's still available for pre-order. I think. Actually.
Oh, is it?
I think it is.
I'm
looked
looking at it
earlier.
right. I'm looking at it right now. It's still available.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
How much was it, or how much is it?
$295.
Oh damn, that's quite a lot. Like
You know,
what?
one
Like,
thing-
go ahead.
But one thing I want to say about this, I didn't realize how big this figure is
Oh,
until the last stream earlier today, when Ben put up pictures of the one that he used to have, the original one, and he was like towering over every other one of his figures. He was taller than Iron Man. This thing,
Oh.
like he was a full head taller than the friggin' was it the DX? For which one was it? Whichever the most recent Batman he had was Christian Bale. He was like a head taller than Christian
Oh,
Bale.
okay.
Like this thing is huge for no reason, man.
Like
Yeah.
I didn't look into anything with this. I just saw the photo, and I was like, no, I'm not interested. And I was like, I hope there's something else. I hope there's something else, and I hope this is not the only figure that they're gonna announce for like the next month, and this is it. But we'll get into the other one in just a bit. But any thoughts, you guys, on this one here? You guys probably already talked about it a lot, but any thoughts on this one?
I can't believe that they're using the 85 years, using this for that, that brand. And I mean, part of me and a part of a lot of other collectors are probably like, oh, they probably had a bunch of other, Batman Beyond figures that didn't sell and they just repainted and, this, that, and the other. But, maybe just to kick it off real quick and what's coming next will be huge. To give them time. I just, you can't, and it's still on sale and it was limited. You can't do that to the Batman fans. We need something as Batman fans, something truly golden and not just, gold like this, but like truly good, like just something that we all deserve, like a, Batman Hush or, even some villains like would be nice in this 85 year anniversary, and just a lot of other Batmans out there that I think a lot of people would rather have.
Yeah, like I said, I was very disappointed with this because I've been waiting for this Batman 85 line that they teased. I think it was on January 1st. They just dropped a bunch of teases, the Dark Side Star Wars, Episode 1, Phantom Menace, this. And I've been waiting like all year. And I'm just like speculating. Even I did one of those 85 when the actual anniversary was in March. I did a stream. We're just talking about the possibilities when they actually announce the first one, and then we get this. So I was like, what the hell?
Yeah, they're lacking on they're lacking on Batman 85 and the Phantom Menace for sure. Like to only have 2 figures from Phantom Menace, it's ridiculous. So it's sad.
Yeah,
actually.
Yeah. Let's see here. I think I see someone in here. I thought I heard someone. Oh, never mind. Any other thoughts, guys, on this figure before we move on to the next one, the other one that dropped that same night?
I think what's the saying? Well, it's not exact saying, but poop walks and money talks. And the fact that it's Sunday night, 9:28 here Eastern time, and this figure is still on sale, and it was in the queue, limited 2,000.
Yeah,
I think the fans have voted with their wallets, and they're holding their money for something else. You know what this reminds me of? When I see this, I see how many of you seen the 10 Commandments? Remember,
yes.
or at least know the story.
It's been a long time, but yeah.
They make the golden god. Moses is up in the mountain getting the 10 Commandments, and it comes down the idol. This is like they made like the idol of the golden idol of Batman that the Joker made or something. It's very weird. I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It's like one of those situations, like I think someone you guys mentioned about the whole Iron Man thing. All these different variants: silver, chrome, gold. Now, granted, I do have a chrome Stormtrooper because I wanted an OT Stormtrooper, and that was the only one that I have access to. That wasn't crazy expensive, but generally, I don't really care for the whole gold and chrome and whatever silver variants of these type of figures, and not even Batman. So
I can understand it for a Stormtrooper. I can see a logic behind that. I don't see it for Batman.
Yeah. I see a couple of comments here. Let's go in there real quick here. Yoma says Batman Beyond suit is the game, but not this color scheme as far as I know. I was never a fan of Beyond suit in the game and would have definitely preferred the cartoon or comic for Beyond. And I think some people would prefer that too, actually. I think I've heard some about that. Mr. Reverse Dio saying, evening, everyone. Hello there, Carlos. Thanks so much for being here in the live chat. Really appreciate it.
This feels like Hot Toys is trying to recapture the glory days of the 90s Kenner figures. Is what this feels like.
Yeah.
We have Yomo saying, looks a little better than I thought in hand, but I would never get this figure. They're saying hello to Mr. Zio. Mr. Zio, we have to get you on Vigor Stock soon. Hopefully that works out in the near future. Then Yomo says Nightwing definitely would have sold a lot better. I think so. Actually, I do think so. Now, if it was gold too, I don't know about that, but yeah, I think it would actually sell. Is there a Nightwing Hot Toys figure that was that has been announced before?
No,
not that I recall.
Yeah, because I don't remember seeing one.
I haven't seen one.
Oh, okay. I would think that they would by now, at least maybe from this game. But
that's what a lot of people want is the Nightwing from the game.
Yeah, but of course, Hot Toys is going to give you this, not what people actually want, right? But,
right.
Let's see. We have Mr. Calvin. Mr. Calvin saying, "Sup, gentlemen? Hello there, Calvin. Thanks so much for being here in the live chat. Really appreciate it as always." And we have what's up, Calvin? And actually, Calvin, I need to have you in here, back in Figures Talk soon. I need to reach out to you. Hopefully in the next month or so, although I think you might be going to some of those New York stuff, and I think you have some other stuff going on, but hopefully soon. Let's see, just saying hello to Mr. Calvin there. Yomo said they've had a game version of Nightwing tease for years. Oh, maybe that's what I saw. I think it's one of those graveyard figures, maybe, that they teased it on Sideshow or something, but they actually never announced it. Yeah, that's probably what I was thinking of, because I think I remember thought I saw something, and I think that's what it was. Any other thoughts on this before we move on to Batgirl real quick?
I do like the gold weapons. I will say that. If I could get these gold weapons for any other figure, I think I could pull it off. But yeah, figure itself, can't do it.
Yeah, I kind of like this pose, but again,
yeah,
not trying to get this figure here, and this one right here too. But all right, so let's. I've been hearing. I didn't want to mention that because that was like the joke, like for the whole week. So I was like, I'm not gonna go into that. The gold dog. But yeah, I know a lot said this. I know like every collector basically has said this. I would have preferred the actual Goldar figure from Power Rangers.
That would have sold out.
I think so.
Yeah,
I do think so. And obviously they could do it because look at this right here. So
yeah.
Okay, so let's move on to the next one here. So of course this is the Bat Girl. Again, that's still from the same video game, right? From Arkham Knight. I'm not gonna read this because it's the same thing again from Batman Arkham Knight. But this is better. Still not really interested in this. I think a lot of you guys know. I think some of you here, maybe Brick actually, would prefer the Alicia Silverstone Batgirl over this. At least that's my situation there.
Pretty much any Batgirl I'd prefer.
Oh, any Batgirl. Okay, yeah.
Pretty much. I mean, yeah.
Like I like the colors of this because this wasn't the. I think I've seen the original figure of this, and it's just black and red, isn't it?
Black
Like
and
that's the
gold.
original. Oh, black and gold as well. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's like more like a deeper, kind of darker gold.
Oh, okay. Now I do like the purple and the gold here, but again, same thing. You know, didn't care so much for the game. I played it for like 10 minutes. I mean, it's fine, but it's like it's not what I would want to spend. How much was this? Like I think I saw it was like 255 or something. Like I said, I really didn't look that much into these figures because my lack of interest, and I'm kind of surprised that if you would have told me at the beginning of the year that the first two Batman 85 line figures I would not look into, you will be shocked. And this is it right here. So
Yeah, this wasn't a strong opening.
definitely not. And let's throw it to you, Dave. What are your quick thoughts on this one? I'm pretty sure you already talked about this, but
I don't dislike this one. I dislike it for the same reasons. Well, I dislike the same things about this I disliked about the original version. Is the way they engineered the figure, the way they did the legs, how they're separate and they're just kind of like ball peg on at the hip joint there, looking like a big old GI Joe. But also the earmuffs. I know that's what it was in the game, but it's a crappy design there, and it's a crappy design here, and I can't stand it. Like it just
Crappy
bothers
design
me.
everywhere.
Dude, I would have bought the original one. I would have bought the first figure if not for those two issues, and I would be into this one if not for those two issues. This just makes me want friggin' 66 Batgirl that much more because of the color scheme.
Oh, okay. This kind of reminds me. I know it's not entirely all purple, but it reminded me of the Batgirl from the animated series. I know there's some purple in there, not as much as this, but I was like, I would have preferred that actually to Alicia Silverstone and that one. Brick, what are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, I mean, I like the colors. I think the colors look great. I think this would look really, really, really good on someone's shelf. But for me, I'm good. I don't need this. If you're like a true like Arkham Knight, Arkham City fan, like that, those video games, and you really want this figure, more power to you. But for me personally, I'm good. I'd rather want the, Alicia Silverstone or any like we mentioned before. But yeah, I was a big fan of the first two games. I think I platinumed both Arkham Asylum and Arkham City. I had a lot of fun with that. I think those games were out and big when I was first starting college. It was when I think for the 360 I played them for. And I know I said platinum. You guys know what I mean. 100% achievements, I guess, 1,000. But yeah, I mean it's cool. There's a lot of skins in the game too that I'd rather have of other figures. Once again, I'll say that. But I think it's just too late for these video games. I think if they're doing games, they need to do more recent video games, unless it's something huge like Halo or something that people will live with for the rest of their lives. So I don't think Arkham Knight is one of those for the majority.
Yeah, I think it's been a while since the last one came out, right? I don't remember hearing about
There's one that came out recently. I forget what it's called, like Arkham Knights or something, where but Batman dies within like 5 minutes at the beginning of the game, and then pissed everybody off. I don't know what happens.
Yeah, but did he
after that.
really?
But I don't know. I didn't play it, but I remember everybody was like ticked off about that. Yeah. So.
And a Batman Arkham game, they kill him off everywhere.
Well, I think it was more like I don't know if it was like Suicide Squad or if it was like just Arkham Knights, like other heroes, or you're like I don't know how it was. I didn't play it.
No,
but.
it's just like its own thing with just like the Bat family without Batman is all it is.
Yeah,
it's not
but it had
an Arkham
but
game,
it was Rockstar, right? Because that was the same Batman from the Arkham.
I think it was Rockstar.
Yeah,
but it wasn't. It didn't look like it wasn't related to. I don't believe the Arkham series. It was just Gotham Knights.
Okay, Gotham Knights. That's what it was.
Yeah, but it was just the kids. It was just the kids, running around beating up bad guys, the Robins and Batgirl.
Are you guys able to hear me? Okay, right? Because I'm getting some messages about connection is low or bad or whatever. Okay. as long as you guys can still hear me and see me and everything. Adam, have you talked about Batgirl yet?
Yeah, I don't have much more to add other than it would look good on the shelf, as some of the other guys have said. It's not, to celebrate Batman's 85th anniversary. I know there's something else we're going to talk about, but these first two figures are very disrespectful, I think, compared to, when you compare it to what Hot Toys has done for Star Wars this year, and even for Marvel. I think Marvel has done Marvel. I think Hot Toys has done Marvel a solid this year, between the Deadpool figures and some of the 2.0s they came out with during the summer spectacular. Batman, I think these are, if you're a big, it's got the classic Batgirl outfit from the 1960s, but it's just not too thrilling to me.
Lewis, I know you weren't that excited about the gold Batman Beyond figure, but how about this one?
I mean, I like it better than the gold Batman Beyond. The color scheme, looks good, but just to echo what everyone said, it's not personally something I would get. I think for what they're charging, if it was cheaper, I think these variants would be better, but you can't charge full figure price for just another color scheme, and not for me.
Okay. Let's see here. Oh, actually, let me look at the live chat here. Hold on a sec, guys. Okay, so we have here. Where is it? I thought I just saw it real quick. Brick, Yama, Luis, and X-Man pulling a double duty. Got to see y'all, says Mr. Calvin there. Love the purple and gold look for Batgirl, says Yomo. Yeah, that's I would agree with that. I do like that look there. Rocksteady says there, Yomo. Thanks, Yomo. It's been a while. I'm old with kids now, says Brick.
Because we said it was Rockstar, and Rockstar does like Grand Theft Auto and all that.
Oh, that's right.
It was just correcting that it's Rocksteady, and my bad.
Oh, okay, gotcha. All right, so I think we're probably good with this, right? So this Batgirl figure here. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on to the next one here. And this is the JAZZINC Catwoman. So again, I know a lot of you guys already talked about her, most of the week here, but I haven't had a chance to talk about her. But Catwoman, very excited for this. These photos that Yost dropped, I think it was on Friday. These are some amazing looking photos, and I'm very excited for this. We still don't know if Hot Toys is gonna be petty or not yet, but it looks like this one's about to become available for a pre-order. I've heard a couple dates. I mean, we've heard the September 30th, and I know Leo, the 1/6 scale man. I know he's doing I think he's doing a show with Yost on October 4th, like a pre-order event or something to that effect. And I don't know if that's going to be the date, or maybe that's just the date that they're going to do for the actual show. But it's going to be. It seems like it's going to be that week. So it's technically sometime next week if you count Sunday as the beginning of your week. So she's coming. She's definitely coming. And so if Hot Toys is going to announce something before JAZZINC, they better got to do that within the next week and a half or so. But yeah, these photos are absolutely amazing. This is kind of what I pictured a figure like this would look. So, like I said, Michelle Pfeiffer. Well, actually, I was gonna open a movie figure file, but technically she's not announced yet, so I won't do that now. But let's throw this to you, Adam. I don't remember. Are you actually interested in getting this especially now that you've seen more photos of this?
Possibly. In preparation for tonight's show, last night I didn't do a full rewatch, but I kind of skimmed through some of the main scenes because I hadn't seen Batman Returns in a while. And what a performance. I mean, I've seen it many times, but it's been a while since I've seen it. and what a performance Michelle Pfeiffer gives in that movie. This figure, I mean, you talk about why people get the 1/6 figures, Hot Toys, the JAZZINC, in art. It's for the lifelike appearance of these figures that you don't get with Marvel Legends or the Black Series. And this looks like it's a still from the movie. That looks incredible. If I did get this, and for me right now, real estate's an issue, and just thinking about what I have my pre-orders moving forward, I really want Jack Nicholson Joker before I get Catwoman, and I don't know if they're going to do a 2.0 on that, or if I have to go to the back market for that. But
those are going up in price again too.
I know. I've been noticing.
Hard to find.
Kirk. Yeah. Oh, wow. But I think it depends on the price point and what the just individual figure, because I don't need more than one. I know there's like you get two of them or two different things, so I'm not sure yet.
Okay, yeah. So I mean, like I said, these pictures look amazing. The price I think that we've heard is $300. I mean, that could change. Obviously, that's not a set price yet.
Pretty comparable to Hot Toys.
Yeah, right. As far as the 2-pack, I don't know. We'll talk about that in a bit here. But we do have the final Canon Council member of the night. Let's go and bring him in here, Mr. Jose Plus.
You meant Revenge of the Sith, right? You said Rise of Skywalker.
Oh my God.
It's actually a she.
That's right.
Well, the actress is a she, but Kid Pool actually I think is a male.
Yes.
In the comics, Kid Pool is a boy. Yeah.
But you can't. I mean, at that age,
all these fact checks everywhere. But
there we go. Hey, hello. What's up, guys? Hello.
Hi, Jose. Hi, Jose. Hey, hi, Jose. Hey, Jose. Hi.
What's up, guys? Hello. Yeah, man, that intro, man.
You probably have the best one too, because you have all the beautiful women, and then you have my favorite Halloween movie on there. It's a lot of good stuff there. Imagine if Natalie Portman played Catwoman. Man.
Oh my!
Oh my!
Oh my!
Okay.
We got to get her in the. I already told Gio that we need a couple more Natalie Portman clips in there, so we're working on it. But other than that, it's I love the intro, man. It's beautiful. It gets me hyped. I'm like, oh man, I feel special coming on the show.
Now you're ready to go, right, Jose? But thank you.
I'm ready to go. Of course. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, I actually was in like 15 minutes ago, and then I had a little crisis, and they're like, my brother came in, and he's like, I need this, and then I was trying to figure it out. And sorry about that.
No worries. So we have you here. I know you talked about this a lot too, but what are your thoughts on Catwoman?
Looks great, man. I've been trying to get Brick to commit, and he keeps on telling me that he's not 100% gonna get it, but he's like 80% gonna get it, and then 82, and I don't know what percentage he's at today, but I'm trying to push him to commit to something because I think this looks really good, man. I was talking to a few guys about this, and I was telling them, I was like, I think the clean one is nice, but I personally, I'm really intrigued by the battle damage version. So I think that if I went with one, I think most likely it would just be the battle damage, and most likely the deluxe, so I can get the 3 head sculpts with the different expressions and so on and so forth. So that's most likely what I would get. I think X-Men, I was hearing your thoughts earlier. I think you're very similar on that. So I think it just looks like just more like, especially with the new Returns announcement with, the unmasked, Keaton head sculpt. I think you'll pair them up and it'll just be perfect. So yeah, I'm excited about it. A little like I you know, a little worried about those prices, especially because we obviously have to go to those other vendors to buy this. But we'll see. Hopefully, the one that I want is not too bad. So
when you say other vendors, you can't buy this directly from.
No,
JAZZINC,
no.
no.
Yeah,
so you'll have to.
Warner Brothers licensing guys, Yost was saying, wouldn't let him do it in North America and Canada.
Yeah, he was blocked. Yeah, he says he was blocked, and he keeps on saying you know who. So, you know, speculation is it's Sideshow / Hot Toys. You know, blocking them from selling on you know, with the U.S. market. Well, technically U.S. market and Canada, but apparently it's okay in Mexico. And I made a joke. I don't know what stream I was on, but I made a joke, and I was like, I have cousins in Mexico, so I'll just have them pick it up, and then you know what I mean. Smuggle it over here. But I don't know.
Made like 12 orders through his cousins in Mexico. Problem solved.
Oh man, it's gonna be like
order.
Narcos or something. And it's like instead of smuggling, instead of drugs, we're smuggling. It's like they open the back of the truck, and it's like it's got a bunch of like Catwoman. So he's like, "How many do you want?" You know. ¿Cuántos quieres?
The episode on Lost when they're like, what is it? I don't even know. Was it like a Virgin Mary or something that all the drugs were inside?
Yeah, I just saw this episode today.
Yeah,
so yeah,
Virgin
Mary, heroin. Yeah, we were watching it.
I haven't seen that show.
Oh man,
you said Lost, right? Lost.
Yeah, Lost.
Yeah, it's an amazing show.
Any other thoughts, Jose, on Catwoman?
No, I mean, I'm excited about it. It's just I know there's a lot of speculation whether, you know, Hot Toys would do a version, and I think that's why a lot of collectors are apprehensive right now to be like, I'm gonna fully commit, because you know there is some sort of loyalty to Hot Toys. You know, it's a proven brand. You know, Yost he did the scavenger figure, but he hasn't done anything kind of officially, so I could see why. But I mean, I think this looks great, and I think that, you know, even if Hot Toys did a version, I've told a few of you guys this, like if Hot Toys did a version, most likely would be clean. I don't see them doing battle damage, but I mean, I could be wrong. Maybe they do an artist and they announce it just to be petty. They announce an artist and, you know, Catwoman out there. So we'll see.
You know, the problem with Yost, I don't think Yost has a JAZZINC problem. JAZZINC has an in-art problem. And I think people might be gun shy, not because Yost is all over the place on the streams. It seems like I don't know anything of theirs, but it seems like their customer service is excellent. So, but the problem is that people are gun shy over the Batman and some of the other figures that they ordered from InArt that they still do not have. And that's I think that's effect. And now with the Joker figure, you know, people who pre-ordered those 4 or 2 Joaquin Phoenix Joker figures, and then guess what? This summer Hot Toys came out with its own Joker figure, and people feel like, what the hell? So I think that's a big trepidation by a lot of Hot Toys loyalists.
Yeah, 100%.
Louis, what are your thoughts on this Catwoman?
I think it's a great figure. I think Yost did an amazing job. Obviously, he's going to have that kind of shadow looming over his head of a potential other release from the other company. But maybe that's why people are maybe opting to go for the battle damage and then maybe leaving the clean for potential Hot Toys to come around. I think the biggest missed opportunity for me personally is the lack of like separate rolling eyes, or even being able to kind of take the eye plates out like the Spider-Man figures, right? I think she has so much expression in her eyes in the film that would have just, for me, been kind of that chef's kiss.
It does have rolling eyeballs.
Yeah.
Oh,
it does have it.
Oh,
it does.
Oh,
well, probably not these sculpts for the prototypes, but he did announce on one of the live streams he did.
Okay, cool. So then I must have missed that. Sorry. So in that case, I mean, that's huge win. I would probably like 95% get
that's
this.
High.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I mean, it's a great figure.
Higher than Brick.
That's higher.
Yeah, there's no doubt.
Bricks is 100.
It's an
So
amazing
we're good.
figure.
Whoa.
Bricks are like 96 and a half. No, it's an awesome figure. I would definitely opt for like the DX style release, but knowing my luck, if I do order the 2-pack, someone else is going to announce it, and I'll just have to bash the Ultimate like all the other same character figures that I have. But other than that, no, it's an awesome piece, and they should be proud of what they've shown so far, and the fact that they're going to keep tweaking it to make it that much better and add in those features. That's a huge win for me.
Yeah, the eyeball function system, I think that was announced last week, I think. So it's only about a week old. Something that I just kind of brought up recently, not too long ago. So
yeah, because we had Yost on Figure Craft stream, and I asked, and he's like, just with the cost and where we're at, it's not possible. And I'm glad they threw that in there, because obviously she has so much expression with her eyes, and I mean, Michelle Pfeiffer's eyes, right? They're piercing, and there's not much to her expressionism other than her eyes and her mouth. So, it's a big win. I like that.
And I mentioned this many times, but I really want that base, that Hell Here base. But I need to find out what that price is going to be, because now it's only going to be with the 2-pack. Because normally my plan was to get the Battle Damage Deluxe, which is something he had mentioned before, but it looks like they're not doing that anymore unless they changed it in the last few days. But I'm curious to see how much that's going to be, because I'm thinking it's going to be probably 900 and up is what I'm guessing. But Brick, have you talked about Catwoman yet?
I have not. So I'm still at 82%. The reason is
oddly specific.
The reason is because, one, like everyone has already said, Hot Toys has a chance to, or there is a chance that Hot Toys will do a Michelle Pfeiffer Catwoman, and that is something I've been waiting for forever. And I do feel like Hot Toys has my trust for the most part, and I've been collecting Hot Toys for longer, and it would be cheaper. Let's be real. If Hot Toys came out with a Catwoman, they did a clean version of this Catwoman with a base similar to this, it could probably be about $340, $345 with the base. I mean, we look at Batman and 89 Batman with that big, huge base was $340, $345, something like that. And then the new Returns one is $340. So with a nice base. So that is probably around the price that Catwoman would be. And that kind of scares me, but I would go with Jose on this and get the battle damaged Catwoman, because that is something I don't think Hot Toys would do, at least right away. I think if they do a Catwoman, it would be clean. And Jose, you told me this in the past, so I got that from him, and it was such a great idea to make me go from like 80 to 82% and be like, yes, let's do that. My problem though is I would want the deluxe, with the multiple head sculpts. I don't see him doing the head sculpts that I love. Like there's one head sculpt with the clean, that you absolutely love over the other ones, and I'm sure with when the pre-orders come out, there's going to be that one that you really want that's only with the deluxe. So that's going to be hard to pass up on. And it scares me though, because he says $300, but now that he's added the separate rolling eyes, and is there going to be that excuse to, well, now it's $340 or something like that. And then you have the deluxe, which then is, how much is that going to be? Is that going to be with the extra head sculpts? Is that going to be $450? $460? And then you have the 2-pack after shipping. Is that going to be $1,000? And going, overseas shipping and paying for on different vendors, like it's kind of spooks me. So that's why I don't say 100%, because I know there's people out there that are just very, you have these people that say they're gonna buy the figure and they don't buy it, and I need to make sure that everything kind of comes together before I get this figure. That being said, I really love how Yost is doing so many interviews and how he's approaching this figure and his history with vehicles. And yeah, I really think this figure is going to be a hit. So I do want a piece of it. And knowing that he's doing the Penguin, something you know that I want Hot Toys to do too. But not only is he doing the Penguin, but his view on it, like what he wants to do with the Penguin, the Penguin Army, possibly a Duckmobile, right? Like that would be cool. And you know, who knows? Maybe multiple head sculpts for that as well. And you know, imagine like you know, like a bloody head sculpt with the Penguin after he bit the dude's nose. You know, just a lot of cool stuff that you could do with that, and then have this figure. This tongue looks super real.
Yeah,
there's only one head sculpt, or at least one picture that I don't like. I think it looks a little iffy, to be honest. But overall, this is a figure that I would love to have in my collection. I say 82%. Also, like if Hot Toys comes out on the 30th and announces their Catwoman, just because that's what they've done in the past with InArt, and we've seen them do it. Where InArt has this big announcement, and then they're like, boom, and then nobody's talking about the InArt announcement anymore. So Hot Toys knows what they're doing. So it wouldn't. I'm not saying they are going to announce a Catwoman soon, but I could see it happening, and that's like, damn. And I don't think Hot Toys would look this good. I don't know if it could, like, at least the facial expressions look this good. The figure itself, like the durability and everything, could be better, but like as the, you know, the what am I looking for, the picturesque, I don't know, the realism for the figure. I mean, that's that I think JAZZINC's got that in the bag without even seeing a Hot Toys version.
What if now I know Hot Toys would not do this, but what if only Hot Toys announces Selena Kyle, Michelle Pfeiffer, and not with the Catwoman outfit? Would you try to get both in that situation?
Yes. Hell yeah. So oh, you mean like both clean and battle damage?
No, I mean, like, let's say Hot Toys announces a Selena Kyle figure. Like I said, they would never do this for the first time, right? But let's just say they did. Not Catwoman, but just Selena Kyle from Batman Returns, Pfeiffer. And you have the option now to get the JAZZINC Catwoman. Would you get both of those?
I think I would. I think I would still go battle damage, because I would even have more hope that if Hot Toys did a Selena Kyle, that they would do a clean version of Catwoman. Like, I would be like, okay, well, they're doing Selena Kyle, they have to do Catwoman at some point. So I would definitely get both.
We have Mr. Moose say, yo, community of collectors, I picked up a new fig today. I think I saw a photo of that Moose earlier. And yeah, there were multiple from what I recall. Yomo saying maybe Hot Toys will announce a fully unmasked version. So that's probably what's going to happen. I think that's what you mentioned, right, Jose, about it'll be, well, not unmasked, but you meant more like a clean version.
Yeah, I think that most likely if they did one, it would be clean. But they could do that,
Yeah.
Who knows?
Pedro Lopez dropping by. Hello there, Pedro. Thanks so much for dropping by here. Greatly appreciate it there. And then he says, you can always sell off the second figure. That is true.
Yes.
But I don't like selling stuff. I think it's a pain in the ass to sell stuff.
Well, that I don't like selling stuff either. But also, if it comes in like an actual big, really cool box, I don't like having missing parts. Like missing a whole figure in that clamshell or box, whatever you want to, whatever it's going to come with. And now what you have, half of what you have isn't going to be worth any, as much. So that bothers me too.
Yeah. But I guess, technically there's a possibility you can just sell the other one, right? But,
yes.
We have Chris Chong dropping by. Hey there. Congrats on 10K, Gio. Thank you so much, Chris. Greatly appreciate that. As always, always in the live chat. So always appreciate that. Thrawn's office, Mike. Hello there. How you doing? Thank you so much for being here in the live chat, as always, Mr. Thrawn's office. Then Chris is saying, oh, never mind. 12K. Yeah, right. 12K now. Yeah. Thank you so much there, Chris. Also, hey, Bricky, we playing top or bottom tonight? Okay, I don't know what you're talking about there, but there you go. Pedro Lopez saying, also, if Hot Toys does this Catwoman, it would only come with the standard dead stare sculpt. So I guess we'll see if that actually happens. Yomo says, yo, what's up? It's Thron's office. And you guys talking amongst yourselves there. Let's see. Philly, Figurecraft. What's going on, fellas? Hello, Mr. Philly. Again, like always, thanks so much for being here in the live chat. Greatly appreciate that as well. Let's see. Hot Toys and Durability, says Pedro Lopez. Just saying hello to Mr. Moose there. Adam, Yuma Jose, hello there. Yuma, did you bring the juice? I'm not sure what that means. But,
it's a reference. It's a reference to we were joking on Ty's show on Friday about how Yomo always gets lucky on these giveaways. You know, like he's always got like the good luck charm. You know, and we were like, man, you gotta get some of that juice, that good luck juice, and it became this whole thing. It was funny.
Oh, okay. I was like, what are you talking about? Talking about Beetlejuice? I don't know. Yomo says, always got the juice on deck. So there you go. No Diddy. And then X-Man Supreme says no Diddy at all and none of the baby oil either. Okay.
Oh, yeah, there's none left. It's sold out.
So there you go. All right. Who hasn't gone? Who hasn't said anything about the Catwoman figure? I think all you guys went, right? Or yeah.
Did Adam talk about it?
Did you go?
Yeah, I talked about it.
Yeah, you did. And then Lois, you went too, right? I believe.
I don't think X-Men talked.
Yes, X-Men. X-Men.
I didn't say a whole lot, but I do want to say, because I wouldn't doubt that Hot Toys is gonna bust out a Catwoman because they see someone else doing it, and I get the argument for waiting for that or for going that route. For me, I'm in on the JAZZINC Catwoman. I want to get the full set. I want to get the clean and the weathered and the deluxe everything. I'm not excited to see what that price point's gonna be.
Yeah.
But for my money, and I'm gonna keep saying it, Hot Toys has sat on this for how long? They could always make this character. They could always done it. And for me, if they're gonna wait until somebody else does it before they want to do it, that's some bitch shit. I'm not giving them my money for that. I'm not rewarding that. That's unacceptable behavior in my wallet. So they could do a fully like unmasked Selena Kyle, which is what I would like to have. I still wouldn't buy it from them just because principle. I'm just not going to do it.
Exactly. The principle of it.
Well, can I say one thing about that? Not to start shit with you, X-Man. You know I love you. So it's nothing to do with your thing, but
got enough for tonight,
yeah. But no, I kind of look at it as Hot Toys is doing this 99%, and I think in my opinion, of course, and I think they've been working on it for quite some time. And the reason I'm saying, before JAZZINC even talked about this, I look at it as we're seeing statues being made from Returns Catwoman, from Prime 1. We're seeing with somebody, I think Blitzway or something like that too, did a statue. It's all coming at once. So for Hot Toys not to pick up that quote unquote license, or that given the okay to do it as well, would just be like baffling to me. Like, they picked it up too when they could. And I think sometimes, just like when you see like Lego or all these other toys doing a certain figure or whatever, and then you see like everyone kind of does it at the same time. I mean, you saw everybody do the 25th year anniversary of Phantom Menace at the same time, different toy companies. And so I don't think Hot Toys would only do it just because JAZZINC did it and they want a piece of the pie. I think they've already been working on it, and just so happens that JAZZINC announced it first because he has the capability to do that.
Yeah, I'm very curious
I can see that. I can see that.
See
All
if
right.
they're gonna announce that. I'm very curious if they're gonna announce it before this JAZZINC announcement. So either way, I think we're gonna get some Pfeiffer Catwoman finally. So, as far as if you're gonna get a single one or if you want to get the whole 2-pack thing, that's a whole different other story. And who knows? I may just end up getting the 2-pack after all. So we'll see.
What do you think Hot Toys would do with the suit on this?
Knowing them, pleather. Just kidding.
Would that be?
I don't know.
Would that really be something that they would do for this particular?
Maybe they would do like
suit?
that nylon thing that they're trying with Darth Vader now. I mean, they could. Maybe they're trying to figure something out, and that's why they haven't announced it yet, and they're waiting for the right time. I don't know, but hopefully
do you think
they're
that
not.
would be over $300 if they did it that way?
I think. I mean, if they put a second head sculpt in, I could see like 365, but I think it's going to be 340. I think it'd be 340, 345 figure, unless they do an artisan version. If it's artisan, then you're looking at like 480 probably. You know,
they could do that. Yeah, that's right. All right.
I think if you get this from JAZZINC, you should just be going in with the full knowledge that Hot Toys is likely to come out with a version of this, and just be okay with that, and either be like, well, I may get that too, or nah, I'm gonna stick with JAZZINC. You know, but I think you gotta go into this with just accepting that Hot Toys is gonna come out with the version.
Yeah. Yuma says pleather, so that's what they would do for a Hot Toys Catwoman Pfeiffer figure. And maybe we'll see that next week. Let's see. And then Yum also says, either way, if Hot Toys does it, it's nice for us collectors to have options. And yes, that is true. Compared to nothing to now, what, like 3, right? I forgot what the other third party. Oh, actually, Mars Toys. Isn't Mars Toys working on one too? Or
yes, they showed a 3D render, but they haven't got to it. But the other one, I believe, was Eternal Toys. It was a third party.
Yeah, so it looks like we're having some options for this Catwoman finally after how long? Since 92, so this movie came out in 92. All right, so any other thoughts on Catwoman before we move on to the announcements that dropped last Friday, a couple of days ago? So let's go into that now. So, of course, Batman Returns 2.0 figure. I think a lot of us were expecting this, right? Right? I would think so. You know, with that tease that we got during the summer showcase event. I just got my 89 Batman on Friday, the day that this was announced. And then to be honest with you, had I had the option of the Returns or the 89, I think I would have picked the Returns. But at this point, I don't think I need another Keaton. As much as great as this one looks, and I would prefer the Returns because I want to get the Catwoman, eventually the Penguin, and all that stuff. I just don't want to buy yet another figure, and I would want the deluxe for this because this looks awesome to me. But let's open up the movie figure file. This is going to be the same one when the Catwoman is announced. Batman Returns, release date June 19th, 1992. Studio/distributor Warner Brothers. Rotten Tomato score, and 82% of the critics gave it a positive review out of 94 reviews, and 72% gave it a positive review out of 250,000 submissions. I thought it would be higher than this, but okay. Worldwide box office, $266.8 million. Again, that's $92. I don't think they've officially re-released this. I don't know, Jose, if you know, but I don't know if they re-released this movie like an anniversary thing or something. I know there's the Batman 89 right now. If you want to,
yes, you can see 89. You can see Batman Forever. I believe they were this weekend. Returns, I mean, it just depends on the region, right? Sometimes there's theaters that will air movies.
Yeah,
that's not kind of worldwide. So like you might not see it at your AMC theaters, but you might see it at your local theaters. So
wait,
it just depends.
Did you say Batman Forever is also being
that?
Re-released? Really?
Well, it was. You could have watched it. I believe AMC had a few showings this weekend.
Oh, I did not know that. So, all right, good to know now. But thank you though. Let's get into the price here. Sideshow, $285 expected to ship July to December 2025. This is for the standard edition. And then we have $340 for the deluxe edition, or whatever is it they call it. Same time frame, July, December 2025. Let's throw it to Mr. Lewis, what are your thoughts on this right here?
It's great. I had the DX09. I sold that, and I kept the 2-pack for the returns. I like the returns look more than the 89. So I do plan on getting this for sure. The original has the Bruce Wayne tux, and be happy to replace that sculpt with this new sculpt. So I mean, I think overall it's a great release, and it's got something for the previous owners. But I'm not selling mine because of the whole DX09 and the 2.0, the whole cowl debacle thing, and the textured finish of it. So keep in mind, but now it just gives me that flexibility to actually pose mine instead of the museum pose that I have. Like 90% of my collection is all museum pose because I'm afraid it's just gonna rip or it's gonna break. So yeah, this is a nice welcome addition. I think they did great. So yeah, happy to support Hot Toys on this one, despite it being a 2.0 essentially. But you can't have enough Keaton bats.
So here's the figure, obviously posed with Jose's Batmobile right here, as you can see in the photo. And so I mean, I may change my mind later and be like, you know what, I'm gonna get this returns figure. But as of right now, I'm not planning on at the moment. So just saying that now on the record. But Jose, what are your thoughts on this returns? Actually, before we do that, Jose, I know you mentioned before that someone, you were trying to buy it from someone, or maybe someone was trying to sell you the 1.0 for like $600 or something like that.
Yeah, that's true. Mm-hmm.
And you decided not to, and that was before the tease, right? Before the
no, well, it was a while ago. It was like it was maybe like a couple years ago. I remember it was like a marketplace Facebook post, and then I reached out to the guy, and he wanted $600, and I told him, oh, that's a little steep, let me get back to you. And then I remember I messaged him maybe a few days later, and I was like, maybe I can make it work, I'll put it on the credit card. And and I thought I was thinking crazy, but I'm glad, because what happened is that he decided not to reply. So he looked at the message and didn't reply. So I was like, okay. And I think it was one of those situations where I might have put like on a buy sell trade, I might have put like that I was looking for it. And then he DM'd me and he says, I might have it. I might sell it. Would you do 600? And I was like, oh man. So anyways, he didn't reply to me, even though he reached out to me. And I was like, okay, well, whatever's. And I just never chased them after that, because I just felt they were too expensive, the 2-pack and even the single. So I just never chased it. So I'm glad he didn't reply. I even thought about looking for the old message and be like, I'm glad, and like send him a message about like, that's a little petty, but send him a message and be like, thanks for not replying. Thanks for not replying. But anyways, so yeah, I'm glad he didn't do that, and now I can enjoy this one. So I'm looking forward to it. I grew up watching this movie more than 89. It wasn't until years later actually that I watched 89. I just not sure why I've shown it a couple times. The VHS that I've showed you, that was the one that we played all the time, and it was this one and Batman Forever, which I always thought was a little weird, that how there was two different Bruce Waynes as a younger kid, but
right.
And it was like, it's the same Alfred, but it seems like it's a different universe. So
yeah.
Anyways, I always liked this movie. I watched it a bunch of times, and it's just nostalgic for me. So I see this and I'm like, that's my childhood, man. Michael Keaton is the Batman I grew up with, and I've grown fond of other Batmans. Ben Affleck's one of my favorites, but Keaton is the one I grew up with. So yeah, I don't mind getting two. I initially was trying to see if someone else would take my 89, so I could just keep this one and not have two versions like you were saying. But I think I'm going to get the 89 in hand and see how I feel about it, and then decide from there.
I do like this detailed the wingsuit. Are there any other Batman, like either Keaton or Affleck or one of the movie iterations, that have the wingsuit like this?
No.
Or anything that looks like it?
Not like this. No.
Yeah. No. So I mean, it looks cool. That's one of the things why I kind of want this. And then of course there's that base. I really want that base and the head sculpt.
He does something similar. Well, Batman does something similar. Well, in Batman Begins, you remember when he's like that sequence at the end where he's kind of flying over Gotham, and then like people see him like he's like this demon version of the Bat, and he's like flying, and like all the gases.
Oh well,
okay. Yeah, so they have that. So, and they must have used something like a similar type of cape, so that way he could be flying that way. But the figures don't obviously have that. They always have that terrible cape. So
yeah, because I don't like the Battinson version that he has. He kind of has something like this.
Oh yeah.
Not a fan of it. It's in the box. It'll remain in the box.
Yeah.
But, let's throw it to Brick. I don't know if you've talked about this before, but what are your thoughts?
Yeah. So before I go though, I think Adam's trying to get back on. I don't know if you can see it because you're obviously in another spreadsheet.
There he is. There you go, Adam.
Hey, Adam.
Get kicked out there.
So Batman Returns is my favorite Batman movie. Keaton's my favorite Batman. Go ahead and say that. So this is definitely coming home. I love the base. I was just over at Jedi's house, Jedi Night's Watch, his house today for the Packer game earlier, and he was like, take a look at the Batman, because he got his 89 Batman last week, and man, that base is ginormous. I did not know it was that big. I don't even know if it's going to fit in my 6 Series cases. But man, it's amazing, and the Batman looks so much better in person. I didn't get to hold him or anything like that, but man, he looked great. So I'm really excited for this one, and yeah, I'm gonna get him. Hopefully one day we'll get another 2-pack, so I can be like Lewis and be cool with that. But it's cool.
Yeah. Well, Gio's trying to flex now too.
I do get mine. I do get mine on Wednesday, so I am looking forward to that, along with my Anakin from Attack of the Clones. So 2 figures come out the same day. Thanks, Sideshow.
My first Keaton. There you go. Sideshow. My first Keaton. So now that I have Keaton, now I need Clooney and West. So
do you not have the Batman Forever?
Kilmer? Yeah.
Do you have that one? Okay.
Yeah,
so you got Kilmer first, and then okay.
Yeah, I think I have. I have most of the iterations. Affleck, the Affleck that I have is from the Justice League, but I kind of want the one from Batman vs Superman, like the armored, the Batman
2.0
armored one.
Yeah.
The 2.0. So, but I have the Justice League, so he's my representation right now, the Justice League one, 2.0. But I kind of want to get the other one. But yeah, Clooney. Hopefully announce Clooney, and hopefully announce another Adam West. But we'll see. Any other thoughts on this, Brick?
No, that's it.
How about you, Mr. Adam 12? What are your thoughts, sir?
So, like you, I am. Well, you got your Batman 89. Mine, New York is we might as well be on the moon when it comes to sideshow distribution. California guys, you get it. You get it the same day or something. I don't know. And Brick, I know you're getting. You just said you're getting yours Wednesday. I'm getting mine on Thursday. So I'm really looking forward to that. I'm not getting the deluxe one with that base there because I was on the wait list for both, and the wait list they pulled for me was the non base one. But I'm still looking forward to that. I'm on the fence in the sense of this. I'm kind of like Gio and Jose, and I want to get that 89, kind of, be with it for a while and see if that's something. I want another Batman that's very similar, because to me it's the same suit except for the signal. The symbol is a little different, but I do want a Keaton head sculpt. And so I'm kind of going back and forth of, do I want this version with the ripped and displaying it with the Keaton head sculpt, or do I just want to go on eBay or what have you and get the Keaton with the tux? I do want a Keaton figure. I'm just not sure which one I want.
Yeah, the Mars Toys tuxedo version. I think you could still find that one, and you may be able to use this head sculpt. So
I almost got that one.
That's an option.
Actually. I almost picked that one up.
That's an option.
Do you have?
You can find
you-
just the one with the tux. That's the Hot Toys one that's for sale for
Yeah.
$250 to $300.
Yeah, but I think the Mars Toys one. I think you might be able to find that one at a bargain. I think One Man Hobby might have it for like 180 or something like that.
Oh.
So you might be able to find that.
How about that Alfred?
The Alfred, I'm not sure. It might be on there as well. You might have to double check that. But
You have both of those, right? You have the.
I have
know
Alfred.
you have Alfred.
Yeah, it's back.
But in terms of the figure, I think this is an excellent figure. I mean, the likeness to Keaton is incredible. I think it's a home run for Hot Toys for sure. I kind of wish, if I hadn't gotten the 89, I would have ordered this.
Yeah, same here. I think same thing. Yeah.
Just to add, Adam, so the suit, not only is the logo different, but the suit also, if you remember, like that one's like a little bit more armorized versus the 89's more like a, kind of body fit. He's got that muscular body type of deal versus this more like armored plates on him. And then the cowl is slightly different too. If you see the cowl comparisons between 89 and this one fits him a little bit better versus the 89 one seemed more like on him, like kind of a little bit bigger. So it's slight variations, but on the shelf, I totally get what you're saying because it'll feel like it's just the same thing, slightly,
It's kind of like sometimes if I'm stupid, my wife asks me, "How do I look?" Looks good. And I just gotta look back. Never just say looks good. That's kind of how I see the Batman. Looks good.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Let me go to the live chat here. Yuma says, we'd love to do a display with this Batman and the ripped cowl with the battle damage Catwoman in that pose. That'd be cool.
Beautiful. Yep. That's exactly what I was thinking.
To him. Yep. And yeah, that's kind of what I was. That's kind of the things that kind of wants me like
battle damage.
To get this because of Catwoman and potentially Penguin. The whole thing, right? But I don't know. Like I said, maybe I'll change my mind later. But this was my introduction to Keaton's Batman as well as a kid, says Yomo. I think the old version of Keaton from Flash has an extended wing option. Oh, okay.
Ooh, it might. Okay. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Oh, he probably does. That's right. Yeah.
That one should be releasing.
I'm getting that one too. I'm over here contradicting myself, but yeah, I ordered that one.
Is that sold out on Sideshow? Do you guys know?
I don't think so. Is it? Oh,
sure. Yeah, it's waitlisted.
Yeah. Oh, it is. Okay. That was one of the. I was debating that one too. Either that one or the 89. I was like,
because of that head sculpt, older Keaton head sculpt looks so good, man.
Yes, because it has that head sculpt looks awesome, and it actually has a head sculpt. So there's that too. But I was like, I'll just go with the original 89 Batman. So there you go. And then that one should be releasing. I don't know how soon, but it's been a while now. The movie came out in June of last year, so should be coming out pretty soon. This figure. Who hasn't gone?
Expected September to December.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, so it should be coming, but we'll see there. Who hasn't gone for the Batman Returns figure?
Oh, me.
Oh, there you go. There you go, Dave. Go ahead.
Yeah. So, yeah, deluxe or bust.
Perfect.
That's all. Pretty much, yeah.
That's
sold. That base though, right?
Yeah. Yeah, but see, here's the thing though, and I've been thinking about it a lot, and a lot of people have been, pondering taking the Keaton sculpt and putting it on, something else. And I saw pictures earlier from Secret Base on Jetta's. He put up a video about it a few hours ago, and he pointed out, and I could see it, and I'm not excited about it, to access the rolling eyes. It looked like there was a seam on the back of the hair.
Oh.
If that's the case, then that tells me that sculpt ain't coming out of that cowl.
Oh, I see.
Is what I'm thinking. So, I mean, I would say if someone's wanting to get this, and they're maybe, you know, maybe they've got the maybe they're getting their hands on the Mars, you know, Bruce Wayne, and they're thinking about letting their 2-pack go. Maybe don't do that. If your plan was to replace that head sculpt with this one, maybe hold off a bit, I would think.
Okay.
Because that looked like some trifling shit right there. I don't know about that.
Let's see. Let me look at something real quick here. Oh, Jose just sent me the Mars. Oh, it's actually not too bad. The Mars toys you just sent, 165 says.
Yeah, I was actually
Free
but I was,
shipping, too.
Yeah. I mean, but
wow.
what X-Men is, what you guys are saying, that's interesting, because if that's the case, then you might not be able to use it. But I don't know. I mean, the old version, it had the neck peg and it went through the cowl, you know, so it went like that. So you could pull it out, right, and use it on the tuxedo version. So, not sure.
Maybe.
I feel like they may do the heads like they've been doing it for all these recent separate rolling eyeball sculpts, where the neck has that weird adapter.
Oh yeah.
At which
yeah.
point you
I
would
can't-
just
I
have
can't
to move
stand
that
that.
neck adapter. Yeah, it sucks.
Every
They
time I
wanna-
put the eyes the way I want it, or I like move its head, or I put it back on there, it screws it up.
Yeah, I think I was. Luis would. You'll remember what happened with my Mighty Thor. Oh gosh, man, I was panicking. Oh gosh, the eye came out like literally. It was super loose. I was messing with it, and boom, it just popped out. Natalie Portman had no eye.
Oh, they look like cross-eyed.
That
or
happened with
whatever.
my Padme, Jose.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, the eye came
Yep,
completely
eyes popped
out.
out. Yeah,
And then
that's
I
what
was like
happened with my
freaking
Padme.
out, and I was like, oh, and then I was trying to, but then the problem with the Mighty Thor is that neck adapter gets stuck in the sculpt. So like you have to like get like some like, you know, some tweezers or something and like pull it out, right? And then you can access the eyes. But then I couldn't do it, so I was trying to do it with the adapter still stuck in the head. And anyways, I contacted Sideshow. I was like, the eye came out, and they were like, okay, we'll send you a new one. So they sent me a new one.
Yeah, it came out.
There you go.
Oh, okay,
Just
yeah.
like
here. They send
I could kinda
you
see
a whole new sculpt then?
They sent me a brand new sculpt. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So now I have two. Which I mean, you can never have enough
let's see.
Natalie Portman, but you know.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
Get her an eye patch.
Actually, I was able to kind of
Look
get
good.
it back on the in the eye socket, but it's a little loose. But it's in there. So.
That's what she said.
Oh.
Wow.
All right.
I set you up, man. I set you up, and you just boom, home run.
I got a hallway.
All right, so let's go ahead and move on to any other thoughts on this before we move on to? I think we're going to enter the fantasy figure zone now.
Ooh, beautiful.
Ooh.
Let's do it.
Let's
move
get in there
on.
now. I think we all. But before that, let me do the little collage here. That's
Ooh.
a lot of some of you collectors helped me out with this. So here you go.
Action!
Oh. Hey there. If you haven't already, what are you waiting for? Like and subscribe to the Movie Canon.
What up, baby? It's Reverzio, and you're watching the Movie Canon. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
Hey friends, it's 1Adam12 here. Don't forget to subscribe to my friend, the Movie Canon, for all your movie, entertainment, horror, and 1/6 action figure talk. Thank you.
Guys, if you aren't already subscribed to the Movie Canon, make sure that you do so, because you are totally missing out. Go ahead, hit that subscribe button, hit the like, and hit the notification bell so you know the next time.
What's going on, everybody? Flavio here from the House of Collectibles, and you guys are watching the Movie Canon. Don't forget to grab your popcorn. Don't forget to grab your drinks. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Peace.
Extra butter.
And I like that he added like, go get your drink, go get your popcorn. I like that he added that. But thank you guys who have joined on this collage here. The description or the link of the YouTube channels or Instagram pages of the individuals who helped me make this collage here are in the description of the video. They will be on there every time they'll do a live stream. So check those out there. Adam, thank you so much for doing that. Brick as well, thanks very much. And so make sure to hit the like button, guys, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. So let's go ahead and enter the fantasy figure zone. This one is going to be a Batman themed fantasy figure zone. All of these are going to be Batman villains. So let me see who's going to start with this one right here. So in honor of Batman Day, let's see who's going to be first. It's going to be Mr. Dave.
Ooh.
So take it away.
Who doesn't?
This seems like totally something you'd pick, man. This is totally something you'd pick.
Who doesn't want Bob the Goon? Come on, man. My man only got one figure back in '89.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
Yep. Back in the Kenner days, and he had that kick action, and that's the only figure that Bob got. My man has been horribly misrepresented in the figure zone, and he needs to be brought back. I would love to have this dude with that purple jacket. Come on, dude. Come on, man. I just want to have him. I want to have Joker holding on to squeezing his shoulders, talking about you. I'm number one.
Wow.
Guy. And then shoot him in the damn face. Come on, man. Bob was the dude. Bob was the ride or die, man. That guy needs a lot of love, man. That guy was in it. He was in it for his boy to the death. That man.
Yeah. I've heard some other collectors and other shows that they would want him as a figure as well. So you're certainly not the only one there, Mr. Dave. Any other thoughts on this one here, Dave?
I mean, Bob, dude.
Right, Bob.
What else do you need, man?
Now, how likely they'll do Bob the Goon? I don't know, but
man, they can't even do Wong.
Right? Oh, yeah.
JAZZINC might do this.
Yeah.
Why not?
It could happen. It could happen.
I think Hot Toys teased a Bob like years ago. I think
Really?
Comic-Con.
Oh, with the whole helicopter thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember now.
They did the chopper too? Oh, dang.
Yeah. It was like a whole diorama thing.
Damn, like a 6-scale chopper?
Yeah. Yeah, it was like the whole layer. It was intense.
Man.
I think they even sold. There was an auction where like they sold the prototypes for those.
Oh, yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, it looked good.
They'd be doing that.
So someone out there in the world has the prototype versions of those things.
Someone has Bob. Yeah.
Yeah.
What a Bob.
Pedro Lopez says Bob the Goon and the big guys with the boom
The boom box.
The boom box.
That'd be cool,
Lawrence,
actually.
yeah.
That'd be awesome. Any thoughts, guys, on X-Men Supreme's pick, Bob the Goon, before we move on to the next one?
I still have the carded
cool.
version from the Toy Biz carded version from 1989.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, I think, yeah. I mean, listen, he's the people's choice. If there was an American Idol for Hot Toys Batman figures, I think Bob the Goon would be the people's choice figure to win it all. And Tracy Walter, who played Bob the Goon, was, he was a great character actor who was in so many roles over the years. Yeah, justice for Bob the Goon, I say.
Well, there you go. All right, so thank you so much there, Mr. Dave. Let's move on to 1 Adam 12's pick, Dr. Jonathan.
Yeah, Jonathan Crane, Scarecrow from Batman Begins. I think there was a version of him maybe 15 years ago or something.
Yeah, it's been a
fact
while.
checker will correct me if I'm wrong.
I think I might have seen one, yeah.
I think, and certainly given Cillian Murphy's increased popularity with Oppenheimer and winning the Academy Award, I think now's the time for a Cillian Murphy head sculpt with an alternate, crazy bug bag head here, of the Scarecrow. Just Batman. The Nolan trilogy is my favorite, a trilogy of Batman films, and I would love to, among other characters from that film, I would love to get this one.
Yeah, I definitely want a Scarecrow. It wouldn't be
And
necessarily
actually,
a priority
he's in all three of
on my
them.
list, but yeah, that's right.
He's in
He
all
is
three
in
of
all
the
three.
Nolan films.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course, the little
that's true.
cameos in the second and the third one, but yeah, he's been on all three of them. Jose, what are your thoughts on this pick here?
I love it, man. It's one of the ones that you asked for a few options, and it was the one that I also sent to you. So yeah, I would love it. I'd love if they tackled this, a little bit more modern tailoring, better body, the Cillian Murphy head sculpt, the mask that he can hold, the sculpt with the mask on. There's so many possibilities that they can do. So yeah, I'd be all over it.
And then you could spray like a little smoke or little, I don't know.
You have like a briefcase,
hallucinogen or something. I don't know.
Yeah. He should have a briefcase. He should have like the whole glasses and everything.
That'd be awesome.
That'd be awesome for sure. Any thoughts on anyone else on Adam's pick before we move on to, I think it's Jose's pick.
Ooh.
I would definitely take one of these for sure. 100%. I could see Hot Toys doing the fabric cloth mask, and that's it. They wouldn't pay for Murphy's likeness. They can do the separate rolling eyeballs. That's what I see them doing personally, so they can make it as cheap as possible. But I'd love to be wrong. But I would definitely take one of these. I almost bought the original one, but figure they're just going to release it by the time I do that. So I'll wait it out.
I will add, because it's related to my choice somewhat. When I spoke to Inar at the event, I think I might have told you, Luis, about it. But when I spoke to them and I was like, Scarecrow, can you do Scarecrow? And they were like, who? And then I was like, Scarecrow. And it was like, which one? And I pull out the Google and I start showing them pictures, and they're like, oh, Cillian Murphy. And they're like, they knew Cillian Murphy, and he's like, oh, that one's relatively simple, maybe, but like they seemed so unfamiliar with Batman Begins. Like they were kind of like they had no idea.
They're like, oh, another Joker, sure.
Yeah.
Right. Pedro Lopez says, I think an alternate light up Red Eye's Nightmare mask.
That'd be interesting.
That would be cool, actually. That would definitely be cool.
That would be definitely cool.
They'll do that as an exclusive.
And then that Batman, the way the Batman looks when he's when was it? Someone was under I guess the spell or whatever you want to call it.
They did that too. They did.
They did do that. That's like all black, like he looks all like.
It was when Scarecrow was under the spell, right? Or whatever, and then.
Oh, it was him. Yeah. That's right. It was him.
Yeah, Nightmare Batman and Scarecrow. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's correct. Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Yep.
If
they did a version 2, because I think they did that, or a few third parties did it, where like he has like the Arkham, like, what's that suit called? The one where he's like, the straitjacket type of thing, and then he's wearing that, and then like if you could get like a horse, that'd be cool. You could put him on the horse.
That'd be dope.
That'd be dope.
So there's a lot of options. there.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to just be a fantasy. So. Jose.
Yes.
You're next here.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
Take that away.
Ra's al Ghul, or Ra's al Ghul, how they do it, they pronounce it in the movie, which apparently is incorrect. It should be Raish. But anyways, with this one, I don't understand. Third parties have tackled this, I think, a few times with the ninja suit and then the suit that he wears at the end of the movie. So, there's demand. I feel like, I don't understand why they haven't done it. I don't know if it's a likeness issue with Liam Neeson, or they just don't want to. They don't think it sells. Or maybe it's the in-art situation, because the same thing. I was like, can you do a Ra's al Ghul? And they're like, who? And they're like, Ra's al Ghul. And like, I had to like I was saying, like I was talking to both guys, and like these are the main guys, like the head honcho guys. They need to watch
Batman Begins. That's what they need.
I know, and I was and you know what? I think it's because I think that Batman Begins didn't hit as big over there in China. And so like the ones they're more familiar with are the ones that were like the ones that people were talking about, which was The Dark Knight, and then obviously its sequel, Dark Knight Rises. Because you told them Catwoman, and then they were instantly thinking about Anne Hathaway, right? But if you told them like Ra's al Ghul or Scarecrow, the characters from Batman Begins, it seemed like they were lost. Like they had no idea what we were talking about. So And I thought that was really strange. So, I mean, he's the main antagonist of the movie. I mean, he'd pair up great with your, with your Batman Begins, if you modded it, because Batman Begins is another whole other thing, right? But if you modded that Batman Begins like I did here, I'd love to have, a Ra's al Ghul in my collection. I think there's so many different outfits you could do this one or, multiple different things that you could do with this character. So, yeah.
I'm surprised you didn't pick Rachel Dawes.
Right?
I would have, but you know what? Me and Gio have a little conflict there about that. So I was like, nah, I don't want to push his buttons in this stream. So.
You know what? I was gonna bring that up, but I was like, nah.
Katie Holmes all the way.
You're like Ray, Ra's al Ghul.
And you know what? I don't think it's real. I mean, I don't think anyone would ever touch that character. I mean, I think I jokingly brought it up to Yost on our remember when we were on with Philly, and we had Yost on, and I kind of jokingly brought it up, and he was like, no, because I think I told him to pick. I told him which one's your favorite, Rachel, and he's like, neither. He was like, he didn't really care.
And he's usually the guy that's like, oh yeah, we're probably gonna do that.
I touched that character.
Oh. Hello, right. but the Katie Holmes version, right? Not the Maggie Gyllenhaal version.
Yes. No.
Okay. Because I was like, I'm not gonna be friends with you anymore because you said you made a comment last time and it really upset me, man. I was like, what is he talking about? So
No.
I mean, I think, and I mean, this is not the character I'm talking about, but like with Rachel. It would be kind of interesting because, I mean, those who have the Tumbler, right? I mean, she was in that epic scene where they're chasing down the Tumbler and all that. So, I mean...
Is that the facial expression you would have, though?
Which one? Where she's kind of like all like... all drugged.
Repeat Rachel.
Rachel! No. Anyways, no, yeah, I mean, I think Ra's al Ghul, not Rachel, but I think Ra's al Ghul would be... Rachel Ghul. Oh no! Someone is. Oh man! Someone we gotta ban Pedro Lopez. Why are you here? Get out of here!
Any day. See, this is what I'm talking about right here. But
why? Why, Pedro? Yeah, give us a valid explanation. That makes no sense.
That's Gio's burner.
No sense.
It's okay.
His burner account.
It's his burner.
When we were looking, Gio was on his phone. He's just messaging as Pedro Lopez.
Go ahead and say this shit right now. No, it's just without getting into it right now, but I forget that Katie Holmes is in Batman Begins. To be perfectly honest with you, I just forget that she's in that franchise, and she didn't seem like she fit in that universe. I don't know why.
I would have been more sad if Rachel, oh my gosh, I forgot her first name.
Katie Holmes.
Thank you. If Katie Holmes was the one who died in the Dark Knight, I'd be more down about that than
I would too.
It was like Katie Holmes is more sweet and like I don't like she had some backbone to her in the movie, but like there's more to love in that. I don't know. There was
I just argue that she was just more endearing. The chemistry was stronger with Christian Bale. Like, like Maggie Gyllenhaal and Bale just seemed like they were like, like your brother and sister talking. Like I never felt any spark between them. Never. And I get it. She had moved on. She was with Harvey Dent, so on and so forth. But it's like you were trying to kind of pitch to us it's the same Rachel and they have this connection, lifelong childhood friends / romantic, romantically, have feelings for each other.
I used to always get her and Amanda Bynes mixed up. I was like,
really?
Amanda Bynes like older? Yeah, for a while. And then I was like, oh, it's Jake Gyllenhaal's sister. Okay, yeah, she looks just like him. Got it.
Wait. You used to confuse
dude, when yeah. Back then I was like, is this Amanda Bynes now? Like
with Maggie Gyllenhaal?
100%. Yep.
Oh, wow.
Oh, God. Okay.
Yep.
He's out of here.
I knew that would get him off the show. It worked. No, I'm just kidding.
So you're the winner break? Oh, never mind. There we go.
Oh, there we go.
That was the whole plan.
That hurts.
About this figure, though, I mean, we have a Liam Neeson Qui-Gon and hoping for a 2.0 of that or something.
Yeah.
So
hopefully, yeah.
I think
I forgot about that.
I mean,
yeah.
it's I would say, you know, 50% chance that we could get this figure eventually, but I would definitely buy this. I love Liam Neeson. I love the more I see Batman Begins, the more I like it. You know what I mean? Like, it's one of those movies that the more you watch it, the better it is. And
it holds up. It's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's quite a different Gotham City from The Dark Knight and Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Any other thoughts on Jose's pick before we move on to Mr. Lois's pick?
Yeah, if Jose had Scarecrow on his list as well, I also had this list of mine. So I also had Ra's al Ghul on my list too. And actually, he would be the top villain I'd want is Ra's al Ghul.
Okay.
And that's, you know, I love Batman Begins, and my favorite part of that is that whole sequence towards the beginning of the film where the kind of the training of Bruce Wayne, Batman.
Yes.
And he's with the League of Shadows. I just love that whole sequence. And they're fighting on the ice, and he's talking about, you know, what he learned. I love that whole sequence.
Yeah. The failure to act, you know, it was not your fault. It was your father's.
Yep.
He had a gun. I mean, I've seen that movie so many times, man. So good.
I get a solution for this Rachel issue. They could come out with a figure and 2 head sculpts, one for Maggie and one for Rachel. And
gosh,
that's gonna be damn.
Use your Rachel.
No.
That's your $1,000 figure.
You know what? That would be the coolest. Like, that'd be the coolest figure if they did that.
But what is she wearing now? Like, which outfit are we putting her in?
No. For me, it's like I always visualized one of my favorite posters was the Batman Begins poster that you see Batman carrying Rachel. I don't know if you guys ever seen that poster.
Yeah.
So I always figured, I'm like, they did a Rachel figure. Not only if you don't have the tumbler, you could always pose Batman holding her like that, you know, like carrying her. And like that'd be really, really cool. But
in the purple shirt, yes.
In the purple shirt,
exactly. Yes.
Yeah. That's why you'd have to go Katie Holmes. I'm like, I mean, why would you pick Maggie Gyllenhaal? Unless you do the one from the party, you know, with the blue outfit or whatever. It's the one where Joker lies to her and tells her she's beautiful and all that. So
wow, lies. That was the lie. That was the lie, right? Okay. All right.
I mean, he was known for lying, right? He gave all these versions of his origin story, so he was a liar.
Now let's move on to Mr. Lois's pick, and I think there might be some kind of issues of this happening, but it'd be awesome. I think a lot of you guys would want this. And then of course,
I don't know why they haven't.
Take it away, Lois.
Yeah, you know, I also had Rage and Scarecrow but I figured this would never happen because of the whole sensitivity of the Joker, or the Ledger estate, I should say. Something that Nolan said, I think even Hot Toys had an interview years back where they're like, we, you know, per Christopher Nolan and the Ledger estate, we will not do a Nurse Joker. But I could be wrong. But I mean, we've seen so many Jokers, we've seen so many purple suits, and what one more? And to make it an official one, such a simple design, but obviously an iconic scene in the whole Nolan verse. This would justify an actual, you know, smiling sculpt too that Hot Toys for some reason doesn't like to do much of. But yeah, it's a great version of the Joker, great performance, and it's a shame that I don't think we'll ever get this representation of Joker ever.
Right. I'm still waiting for my detonator from InArt, by the way. I'm still waiting for that. But you have one of those, right, Brick? The detonator from InArt?
I won a detonator, yeah, and then I gave it to a buddy of mine who actually has a Joker.
So okay. Because I bought one. It's been like a couple months now, but I see everyone's getting it, but I haven't received anything or email or anything. But anyways, so any other thoughts on this Nurse Joker?
Because of that reason you guys were mentioning, maybe it's a situation where they won't do it, but I could see like a Topo Studios doing like the outfit, and then like if you have multiple Jokers, maybe they'll set you up so that way you can just use the head sculpt from one of your figures, whether it's in art or the Joker, and then thus you can just, you know, have the Nurse Joker that way, which is unfortunate. You would want an official version, but I mean, Topo Studios has been doing some good stuff, so maybe we can get it that way.
Yeah, I think the only ones have been like those third-party kits. Like you've seen ones with the fake wig, you've seen one with a sculpted wig, but it's just the little third-party kits where, yeah, you gotta dress them up and, you know. But it'd be nice to get like a silicone body, just official release. But you know, fantasy figure, right? Probably never happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, although we have gotten a couple of fantasy figure realized, so who knows?
Yeah, very true. Yeah. Very true.
I'd love to.
Gio's DMs must have been hilarious because if he was asking for these figures and we were all sending like the same things, is that what you saw? Did you see a pattern?
I figured that you guys will probably pick the same, so that's what I was like. Okay, you guys give me like a few different characters or whatever, so that we don't get the same ones, right?
Yeah.
But it worked out, so we're good there. I'm gonna move on to Brick's pick here, and this is one that I would actually like myself. Maybe not the other components because I think it might be expensive, but that's of course the Penguin.
Oh man!
And the Batmobile. So, there you go, Brick. Go ahead.
This is probably the first movie that I saw where a character scared the crap out of me. Especially the umbrella scene when he's like spinning the umbrella. I don't know why that bothered me so much, but when he's down there in the sewer, it would freak me out when watching this movie. And this is also like the first superhero movie that was more of a villain movie to me than a Batman movie. Like it was, you know, it focused so much on Catwoman and focused so much on the Penguin. And I just thought it was super cool how, you know, you have these little penguins with rockets on their back and, you know, he's riding a duck, you know, like why is he riding a duck? Like ducks don't even live in sewers. Did the duck drop down a little sewer thing? And he's like, oh, anyways. So whatever. No, but is that where Tim Burton got that from? But yeah, no, this would be super cool. Obviously, you know, you probably wouldn't get an actual vehicle from Hot Toys, but even if the base was a duck, like, you know, like, or if you just had like the duck head or something like that, you had a couple little penguins next to him, you know, it could come with a lot of cool accessories too. Like it could come with like a fish, you know, because he always ate the fish, an umbrella, and yeah, just super cool. This is again my favorite Batman movie, so definitely want the villains from this.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to potentially JAZZINC making this Danny DeVito Penguin, which I think he said he would. They're looking into that. So I'm excited for that, just like the Catwoman. And, you know, if they were to make this Duckmobile, you know, maybe I'll consider it. That was very unlikely, but
that would be so freaking cool.
It would be actually just to see what
JAZZINC,
it would look like.
Someone brought it up. I don't know if it was on the stream that I was on or a few other new recent interviews he did, but people were bringing it up, and he was like, "Hey, maybe." Like he was like,
"Yeah."
I
sent a super chat.
Oh, okay.
For, the last one, just to see after I sent you this one, Gio. I was like, you know, they're talking about Batman Returns, so I'm like, well, how are you gonna do the Penguin and Duckmobile? Yeah. So
and the was it the Mars Toys tease back like a year ago or whatever? They were talking about doing the duck as well. So Mars Toys was talking about doing it too. So
jeez.
So Pedro says there's a 50-50 chance Jazz will do the duck, depending on how his Penguin sells. I would think it would sell, right? Because I think a lot of us want this Penguin.
I mean, unless I think I was talking to somebody. I might have been you, Gio, or someone. I was talking about. I was like, what if they hit you with, instead of, because everyone's predicting Catwoman, right? A new Catwoman announced from Hot Toys to kind of mess with JAZZINC. But what about if they hit you with the Penguin? What if they hit you with the Penguin?
What if they announce Penguin before JAZZINC does? You know, officially.
Yeah.
How would that turn out for JAZZINC?
They're gonna do Max Shrek.
You can order that.
I could see that happening 100%. Like if Hot Toys beats them and announces a Penguin, I could see them doing Max Shrek or Bob or whatever. You know, like something different.
yeah, I would still contend the creepiest and most disturbing character in that whole movie is.
Oh yeah, he's weird. He's
And
a weird
especially,
guy.
especially when he gets all fried up and everything, I would like that. I'll
That's
have that.
definitely in the pantheon of one of Christopher Walken's unhinged performances.
Yeah, he killed it.
I love that scene where he fires Selena and he's like, "You're fired."
That's the first time I ever saw Christopher Walken. I was like, who the hell is this guy? He's creepy as hell. But yeah, that was great picks, guys. So if you guys have any other thoughts, we can move on to. We're probably gonna do the. Actually, this is kind of running kind of long now. I'm gonna do the keep, gift, or destroy next, and then we'll do the tier list. Hopefully, the tier list doesn't take too long, and then the matchup. It's only a best out of 5, so it shouldn't take too long. But that should be the last thing that we do tonight here. But
Okay.
any other thoughts on any of these picks here tonight for this Batman Day themed stream?
Take them all. Take them all, yeah.
Oh
if
yeah,
you're
I
gonna
would-
do the
every single one.
duck mobile, you have to have the extending, platform. That was his introduction. Was with the sewer, one of the best introductions like in all of cinema, I think. For villain, it's great.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I have so many memories of Batman Returns. Like, so many. Blue
What's
Tattoo.
interesting? Yeah.
Blue
Hello.
Tattoo dropping by. Say hey, everyone. Hello there, Blue Tattoo. Thank you so much for being here. Always appreciate you being here. I believe you've been here several times before. Thank you so much. Let's see. Okay, any other thoughts?
No, I was just gonna say that what's interesting is that one of the criticisms that Michael Keaton had about this movie was that he or at least with his version of Batman, is that he felt like the villains were overshadowing his Batman. So like if he was going to do potentially a third version, like he wanted it to be more focused on Batman and less on the villains, which ultimately they somewhat did a little bit on Forever, which they kind of went, a little bit about his origin and, the death of his parents, the Red Notebook and so on and so forth. But they still focused a lot on the villains, so. Yeah, and Keaton's actually, I think I saw an interview recently where he was talking about how he went to, I guess he went to the theaters to check out Batman Forever, and he said he watched like maybe the first 15 minutes or so, and he was like, to see like, oh, like what did I miss out on?
Wow.
And then he was like, oh, I didn't miss out on a lot. So
it was the greatest movie.
He wasn't necessarily wrong.
Yeah, well,
I mean, I like Forever, and I think that
Dude,
had
I
they
like-
carried over.
I like every single one of them. Like,
Forever is not a terrible movie. Forever is
no,
not.
and
Forever is
Yeah, I
not
like
bad.
it's
I
Batman
think
and Robin,
Forever
you
is
have
kind of
problems,
like.
right?
I think Forever is kind of like for Joel Schumacher what 89 was, because when they did 89, they're like, okay, let's have this guy come in and do this, and we think it'll be all right. It ended up being great, right?
Mhm.
And then he really got to do what he wanted to do in Batman Returns. So then,
Yes.
Joel Schumacher comes in like, okay, we're going to do this. And he does this. They're like, okay, maybe we'll let you do a little bit more or, whatever. And they ended up doing a little bit more, but they did it in the wrong way.
Yeah.
I will say after rewatching Batman Returns last night, I kind of share Michael Keaton's criticism of it, in that as wonderful as the performances were by the villains, it's a Batman movie and it overshadows Batman, and that's maybe that's why I love the Nolan film so much. Is that yes, there was a focus on Heath Ledger's Joker, and it still was, there were Batman movies. And not taken away, I think Batman Returns is a wonderful movie, and the performances by Danny DeVito and Walken and Michelle Pfeiffer are extraordinary. But you kind of like, okay, where's don't forget Batman.
Yeah.
I kind of like that though, because it kind of
I
made
see-
Batman. It kind of made Batman more scary, like more of a mystery. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like
Yes.
like these villains are like crazy. They're bad, But then you have Batman, who's like the monster of it all that can come at any time. And yeah, I don't know. I always like that.
I always bring it back to
the one thing I really loved is
conversation.
that scene in Batman Returns where where Bruce Wayne is in Wayne Manor and he's like this. He's just like looking, staring off at the computer.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden the bat signal comes on and then it redirects to the house and it's like the dude just fucking comes alive. You know, all of a sudden he's got a purpose now. He stands right up. He looks at the signal. To me, that's an amazing scene. So
yeah.
Yeah, right
there
there.
it is. Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah,
that's an amazing scene.
Can you imagine having people over at Wayne Manor for some soiree, and somebody's like, "Why do you have a bunch of big ass bat signals on your house, dude?"
Right. I don't know he's Batman, but
I think it's I don't think it was necessarily he had the signal. I think it was like some sort of reflection. It was the light was beaming so that we would hit him and he would be able to see it. But
yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah, that's what it was. But still,
I always go back to the conversation he has with Vicky Vale, where he's like, "Oh, the Joker's a madman or whatever," and he's crazy, and he's like, "Well, people think that about you, like people are not so sure,
Guy wearing a fucking bat suit, yeah." It's kind of
and then his response is, "What people?" or something like that.
Yeah,
he was a very paranoid response. What people? Who? Remember that?
Yeah.
Yep. Battle damage strike.
Battle damage strike. Exactly. Yep. Totally get that. Collector Joy.
Hey.
Hello, beautiful
Joey. What's up, man?
Hello, Mr. Collector Joy. Thank you so much for being here.
Hey, Joe.
And Pedro Lopez says, I think Schumacher was mandated to make Batman kid and toy friendly because Returns was so dark.
Yeah, that is true.
There was that too.
Yeah,
because
100%.
If you really look at the details or like really dive into the story of Batman Forever, it is kind of dark because it kind of explores Bruce Wayne's like backstory, like his trauma and stuff like that. So it kind of goes into that. And if I remember correctly, I think the extended version that I
Schumacher cut
exists. Yeah, exactly. I think it goes more into that.
Yes, it does.
I really want to see
it
that.
It does. Yeah, me too. They almost did it. They were talking about how before they changed regime with all the the James Gunn and all that. Like they had they had pitched it already to the head guys at Warner Brothers, and they had said it would take $1 million. I think $1 million to kind of get it all set.
Oh, that's
and do though apparently they had already told them yes. And then the new regime, and now they have to pitch it to the new people, and so. But they're trying to make it work. But yeah, I mean that scene in the cave, it's like echoing like what happened in Empire Strikes Back, and him kind of coming to terms with who he is. And there's that line. He's like, "I am Batman, not because I have to be, but because I choose to be." Like there's all these cool things, man. All these layers to that movie that I think would have been interesting if Keaton had been on board.
Well, and to think about it too, like Robin Williams could have been the Riddler if they didn't screw him in the first movie. Right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And they strung him along because they were initially for the Joker. They had offered him he was like the backup because Nicholson.
They used him as bait to get Nicholson, and then when they actually asked, "Hey, serious note, do you want to do Riddler?" He's like, "No, screw you guys."
Yeah.
So, man.
All right, so we're gonna enter the Keep, Gift, or Destroy. So I do have one, even though no one here is brand new in the show, but I do have one that, of course, is going to be Batman themed. So Keep, Gift, or Destroy. A lot of you guys know it's a figure that you're gonna keep. If you choose that gift, it's a figure that you could admire outside of your household, and destroy means you're gonna destroy something connected to it, and I'll tell you what that is in just a bit here. Since it is a little bit of celebration of Batman Day, we're going to go into the first one for Keep, Gift, or Destroy. And of course, we have any figure that comes from Christian Bale, or that is a Christian Bale figure of any sort, whether it's ones that already exist or maybe some future ones. Maybe you want to see a better Batman Begins figure.
Oh god!
If you destroy this, you are destroying that possibility. The next one is any Keaton Batman figure. So again, if you destroy him, you destroy any iteration of a Michael Keaton. Even, let's say, later on, we find out that Michael Keaton was cast as an old man Batman in Batman Beyond or something. I don't know. And then they make a figure of that. If you destroy this Keaton, you'll be destroying that too. So and then the last one's going to be an Affleck Batman. So
Jose.
No. I almost feel like I did this for Jose Plus.
Martha.
But if you destroy obviously any Affleck
Why'd you say that name?
any iteration of a Batman Affleck. So
But this is figures only, right? We're not talking about
Yes.
destroying the movies or
no,
anything like that.
just the figures.
Okay.
The movies, it's on the Met Report, so that's a different situation there. But
Okay.
So these are just the figures. So let's start with Mr. Lois. So what would you do? Which one would you keep, gift, or destroy of these three?
I mean, they're all great choices, obviously. I would, however, keep Bale Bats. There's 3 movies, solid films, more versions of him kind of as Bruce Wayne and as Batman. I would keep Batman, of course. And then I'd have to destroy my guy Batfleck. As great as his Batman was, it's just, for me personally, not as iconic as Bale or Keaton, but still a great performance.
Okay. Let's push it to X-Men Supreme. What would you do?
Well, the keep, I think, is obvious. I'm keeping Keaton.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
It's hard for me to choose between the other two, though. Because I am not at all a fan of the Snyderverse. Like, they got like 2 good movies as far as I'm concerned, and that was it. Maybe 3. But I really liked Ben Affleck's Batman. And as much as I really like the Dark Knight trilogy, I don't like Christian Bale's Batman as much.
Ooh.
I like him, but I don't. It's a tough choice, man, because when I look at like this figure right here, that's Batman.
Yeah.
That is Batman right there. I really want that 2.0. I really do. Like,
Yeah, me too.
And I wasn't on board with the other Batfleck figures at all. Like, the suit's too bulky. He looks like a big old fucking sausage. But this one, though, this is Batman. So I think I would have to gift Batfleck.
Okay.
And destroy. Yeah. I think I'm going to have to do that.
There you go.
Okay.
It took you a second of like, but you got there, man. You got there.
It was hard, man. It was hard.
You got to make sure he was like doing the right thing. Talking stuff.
Yeah, it's a tough call, man.
No, I get it.
All right, so let's move on to Mr. 1 Adam 12.
So Dave, did I hear you right? You're destroying the Nolan Batman?
Yeah.
You're destroying. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Okay.
this is well, let me just say I like all 3 of these guys as Batman. But I'm basing this based on how they were in those films, and 100% keeping Christian Bale Batman. I love first of all, I love my DX19 figure, and most of my with the exception of 2, the 89 Batman, which is coming this week, and the Batman, the Patterson. All my other Batman figures are from the Nolan films. I think the Nolan films are my Batman films. I think The Dark Knight is one of the greatest films of all time, period.
It is. It really is.
I would gift Keaton because I really do. I love Batman 89, and I really like Batman Returns. I wish he was on board to do that Batman Forever, like Brick was saying. I love Ben Affleck. Bostonian. Love so many of his films. I like his performance as Batman. I wish his films were better. Through no fault of his own. I wish those movies were better films. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to destroy Ben Affleck.
Okay, all right. Well, thank you so much. I got these little 6-scale Oscars.
Oh, cool.
I got two of them. And I got them for the Jokers, the future Jokers. Whenever I get my Artisan Heath Ledger Joker and the Joaquin Phoenix Joker. But right now I have them with my Justice League Affleck Batman, and then the other one with Christian Bale Batman. So
cool.
That's where I have them there. But I'm gonna throw this now too. I know that was kind of random, but I just kind of thought of it right now. But Brick, what would you do?
Yeah. So this is a little easier for me, just because I feel like I have these hot takes all the time with Batman, but I agree with X-Man. I think the Snyderverse is quite horrible. You have Wonder Woman, which was great, the first one at least. The second one was like a 2 out of 10. You have Suicide Squad, which had a horrible story, but you had Harley Quinn, so that was cool because she was great in there. But the story, the movie sucked. The villain was terrible. You have Man of Steel, which was a great start. Like, that was a great start. But then you had Batman vs Superman with its flaws, in my opinion. It was not good. However, I do think that Affleck is the best Batman we've ever seen on screen. As Batman, the best Bruce Wayne we've ever seen on screen is Christian Bale. And the best at everything is Keaton. So I'm going to go keep Keaton. I'm going to gift Bale. And I'm going to destroy Affleck because we never got his own movie, and because of the Snyderverse sucking. So yeah. I'm sorry.
All right.
And I'm super excited for James Gunn, by the way. I have to say that.
Oh yeah.
The Savior.
God, I really want this figure.
Yeah. You keep looking at this, huh? I'm on that boat too, actually. Now I want this figure. Yeah, I think it is. I think it's a 2.0.
I want this, but I would display without the mask. I would display with the Affleck.
Affleck has cool. That's cool.
Yeah,
it's so beautiful.
I kind of want to get rid of my Justice League Affleck and get this one.
Sell it. Do it, man. Do it.
So speaking of that, Jose, so what are you picking?
Gosh, it's tough, man. It's tough, but I was gathering my thoughts while you guys were going, and I think this is what I'm gonna go with. Easy for me. I'm gonna destroy the Bale one.
Oh wow.
Easy. I'm gonna destroy it because I've never loved.
Bale.
I've never loved this particular suit that you're looking at. I mean, even if they did the Begins, which, you know, I have mine, and that's my preferred suit. I've never loved this suit. I don't know. It never really worked for me, even though I have it. But because I'm one of those, is like, he has to match with the Joker, and that's why I got that version. But it's never been my favorite suit. I've always preferred the Begins, and I think it's because it's more similar to like the Keaton suit. You know, it's like a little bit different, but kind of similar vibe. So that's why I always prefer the Begins suit. But I think I can live without that. And as long as I still have the movie, I don't really care. So I'm destroying Bale. The other two is where I was struggling. But I think, you know, I might change my mind later. But I think I'm going to gift Michael Keaton. So that way you guys can still enjoy him. So you guys can still buy him and you guys can keep him. And you know, I'll be okay without it. And I'm going to keep Affleck. Because I think that Affleck is the... one of the best interpretations of Batman ever, might be the best. It's just, you know, it's like when you compare him to the villains that like the Nolan trilogy had, like he would completely destroy them. Like he would have no problem fighting Bane. You know what I mean? Versus Christian Bale, like, you know, it's like, you know, it's just like this Batman would wipe the floor with him. You know what I mean? I mean, he probably would have killed the Joker, but you know. But yeah,
But
I mean,
this is
no,
the one
so-
that's a superhero. This one's actually a superhero.
superhero. How?
You know? Like he just because Batman being a regular guy, you know, it's tale as old as time. He's still a superhero, and through
Sure.
all of these, the only one that I see that fits the superhero bill is Batfleck.
Yeah, yeah.
I love Michael Keaton; he's my favorite, but I don't see him as a superhero.
And he had to be that way because, for realistically, for you to think that he could have a fighting chance against Superman, you needed somebody physically imposing like that. That's why they cast Affleck, because he was taller than Henry. So like they wanted someone, even though he wasn't super powered, or he wasn't this superhuman being, Affleck would still be taller than him, and he would intimidate Superman. And obviously the ties to Frank Miller and The Dark Knight Returns and the suit, you know, resembling that suit. I mean, this suit, it's just beautiful with the gray and the black, and it just.
I like that look. Yeah, I like a little bit of blue too in my Batman, but not the Bale.
I mean, you get the Flash version. The Flash Ben Affleck version has a little bit of blue.
I like that design, that figure, but I don't see Affleck in there.
I know.
That's
People
why
saying
I
they
think
looks like the stunt double.
Yeah, that's why I didn't pick him up. I really.
Oh,
like
talk about X Games Batman. That trash ass suit out of here. That's
I
garbage.
like it. And then the Bat
Figures
the
even
Bat
worse.
Cycle 2. I like the Bat Cycle 2 that came with that.
The Bat Cycle's pretty cool. I liked it.
Yeah,
I liked it.
But
the bike is cool. The bike is cool.
Now, if they were to release that one like in the next couple months, and they say, "Oh, they did another one of those updated sculpts, and now it actually kind of looks like Ben Affleck," then now I might consider that. Actually,
You might be intrigued. I mean, you can still get the
Yeah.
cycle, but the Bat Cycle he uses in separately. So I think you could technically buy this version and then have the. I mean, it's a bike that he rode, maybe not in this
Yeah.
costume, but he still had it. So
yeah, I would want the one from what he wore in the Flash, but we'll see, because I don't. I know they're doing some updated head sculpts lately, so maybe, but I don't know if they actually do that.
That's so freaking good.
But I think Dave's gonna make a pre-order here pretty soon.
I know he's struggling.
This has been tough. This Batman, y'all. I've been saying no. I've been saying no for months.
And this
It's
would be the weekend.
waitlisted on the sideshow right now.
Oh, that's right. It is waitlisted.
That Affleck head sculpt is awesome on this.
Has anyone gone for this one, right? Yeah, I started with you, right, Louis?
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right. So I went through the whole circle there. I just all right. So we got that. Let me look at the live chat here real quick.
What about you?
Oh, that's right. Me. I was trying to escape that one.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So we're talking about figures. I'm gonna keep Keaton. I'm going to gift Affleck, and I'm gonna destroy Bale.
We had 3 people destroy Bale. Are you kidding?
You guys are all haters.
You guys are crazy.
That's crazy.
Of course, the film's different situation, but as far as the figure and the design and the look of these three, I liked. I have more connection to Keaton overall, so that's why I say keep. And you guys were talking about this Affleck, and yes, it looks awesome. Like when I first saw the first images of this, without even seeing Batman vs Superman, I love the look, right? And then it kind of looks like the Dark Knight Returns and all that stuff. So it looks awesome. And then the Bale costume, the outfit or whatever, I was never like a huge fan of it. Like it was fine, but there were other ones that I preferred. But that's why I kind of went that route. But
I agree. I agree. Affleck with everyone who's destroying Affleck. Or not Affleck. I'm sorry. Everyone who's destroying Bale. Like I agree. Affleck looks better, but like I go with the figure representing the film. You know what I mean? Like to not be able to have a Keaton Batman or not be able to have a Bale Batman, when to me those are the best 5 Batman movies. It's tough to not have one of those figures, whether you gift or keep it.
Yeah,
but
now Val Kilmer's not on here, as you saw.
Yes.
So there's that.
I would have kept him. I would have destroyed Keaton in those cases. Yes.
So I made
Kidding.
that easy to me. So All right, so I think everyone went. Oh, that's right. I was going to go into the comments before I was trying to escape the keep gift or destroy thing. Let's see. Yoma says Ben Affleck's look of Batman is the best translation from comic to film.
Yes.
Then Christian Crosshair Cooper. What's up, guys? Hello.
Hey, what's up, man?
Christian.
Who has changed his name now to Crosshair Cooper.
Love it.
So there you go. And Yomo says he's going to keep Bale, he's going to give Batfleck, and he's going to destroy Keaton.
Oh.
So, yeah. Looks like you guys talking amongst yourselves there. Oh, Yomo says that Flash Batman might get an updated sculpt.
Yeah.
It might. Yeah. A lot of them have that.
And we're talking about the Affleck one, right? Or
yes.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because the Keaton one looks awesome. So I don't know. I don't think it needs. Right. So yeah, hopefully, like I said, I'll be tempted. I'll definitely might be in trouble if it's actually looks really good. So there you go. So that's it for the keep, gift, or destroy. Okay, let's try this. There was an issue with the site. That's why I was a little distracted at the beginning because I was trying to get that tier list to work. That site.
Oh yeah.
So let's see. Hopefully it's working now, but we'll see. And then we'll see how that works too. Because let's see here. Okay, so it looks like seems fine here. Okay, so there's 9 actors. So we have the I just picked 9. Okay, so it's not like I can't think of any other ones that were like big or significant, but I picked 9 actors who have portrayed Batman, either animated form or live action. We have those here. So of course, I think you guys already know the key here, right? S, A, B, C, D, F, right? The tier list there. So I guess we can try to like figure out which of these are going to go in which section here. I'm gonna write down.
And is this like a group vote thing, or like we're individually trying to do it?
Yeah.
Okay, group vote. Okay.
Yeah, like a group thing. Like I'll ask you, what would you put this, and then.
So are we ranking the actor, or are we ranking like every movie that actor is in?
The actor portraying the Dark Knight or the Cape Crusader or Batman.
Okay.
Yeah, and I know some of them have only done it once. So I mean.
It's hard because you got some animated and then you got the Lego version,
right?
So it's tough because it's like, well, it's a little bit different than the actor interpretation. But.
Right. But so we'll just do it like that there. So again, we have those tier lists there. So we have for some reason it was like having some kind of connection issue again. You guys can hear me, okay, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we hear you.
Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and get started with this one here. So let's start with Kevin Conroy. Now, again, you kind of have to separate, the live action and the animation, but just in general, I'll start with you, Brick. Where would you put Kevin Conroy?
Yeah, I grew up with, I was born in '89, so I watched a lot of the animated. I would go, I'm stuck between, now the show itself to me is like an S or an A tier, but like as Batman and as I'm trying to compare it with all these other Batmans, I want to say A or B, but I'm trying to just give him his own ranking without comparing. I'm gonna do it. I'm just gonna give him a B.
Ooh.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
So we got a B. Dave.
Are you out of your mind? S. All day, every day, Kevin Conroy is S tier.
Okay.
There's no the B. What?
B.
Maybe an A? Oh my God! What? No, that man is S tier. S
You
tier,
destroyed Bill.
S
Get
tier.
the fuck out of here.
I don't even care. S tier. Send it. You say different, you're wrong. S tier. Absolutely.
Hey, Gio, so how we compiled? You theoretically we could have all these people S tier, correct?
Yeah.
That's what we
Yeah.
choose.
Yeah. You could. Yeah, you could.
Oh,
If
okay.
if you feel that way, yeah.
Okay.
Let me address the chat real quick here. Zach Davenport driving by. Hello there, Zach. Thank you so much for being here in the live chat.
Look at that. That's what I'm talking about. S is in the chat.
And he says S for Kevin Conroy. So there you go. And Yomo says, wow. I don't know if he talked about that, but there you go. Lewis, what would you put Kevin Conroy?
So you could technically put all the Batman under the same tier, right? I mean,
You can.
Okay. I mean,
make it easy that way.
I would put him, for me, I would put him in the A rank.
Okay. All right. Jose.
I think I'm gonna have to go S tier on him. I think it's tough because it's an animated form, but if you look at obviously all the seasons and the interpretation of Kevin Conroy's Batman, I think that's one of the truest interpretations of Batman ever. So I think it's up there.
All right. And then Adam.
Yeah, I agree with Jose. I think he's got to be S tier. That's widely Kevin Conroy's performance, even though it's just vocal, is widely considered to be one of the greatest, if not the greatest, Batman ever. So S tier.
All right. Okay. So I'm not gonna vote this because we're not. We're kind of. We would be evened out. So, but Kevin Conroy is gonna be S tier.
Okay.
So there you go. Moving on to Adam West. Let's start with you, Adam. No pun intended, but what would you put Adam West?
You know, this is tough. You can make the argument that he's S tier because he's so iconic for many people who grew up in the 60s, 70s. I saw the reruns of the show. You know, there were when I was a little kid, before I really knew that Batman was a Dark Knight. I liked the show, but in the recent years, I've kind of, you know, given him more his due. But I'll put him in the A tier.
Okay. So we got an A for Adam West. Jose.
So I didn't grow up with the series. I don't think I've ever even sat down and watched a full episode. So I think that I can't really judge his performance because I've never really seen it. I just kind of seen, like, you know, the intro and maybe a few clips. So I don't know. I feel like it's not. I wouldn't be able to give an accurate, you know, tier here. So I would put him somewhere in the middle, only because I don't really know how to rank it.
Okay, so like a B or C?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll just put it as a B or something. I don't know, and then we'll.
Okay.
If we have to readdress it, then we'll do that. But Lewis, where would you put Adam West?
I would put him in a B. I mean, this is more not to. No offense to anyone a little older, but this was like my dad's Batman, and it was just super campy. So I grew up with these reruns and the Bat-Tuesday, just super cringy. But yeah, just a solid B. I mean, it's not terrible. It's just it's too campy for me as a Batman. But Adam West is a good guy, good actor. B.
All right. Dave, how about you?
I have to agree. Adam West will always have, I think, everyone's love from the whole, you know, fan community. I think everyone loves Adam West. I don't think you can't. But you got to weigh it as, you know, what is Batman, right? And sure, at the time in the comics, even Batman was doing some crazy stuff. You know, he was going to space. He was wearing pink cowls. He had some goofy stuff going on. But also, when you look at what Batman is overall, Adam West was perfect for what he was, for what that was.
Mm-hmm.
But overall, I think he's good as a B. I don't think that takes away from him as an actor in that role.
Okay.
But for what that Batman was, that's a B Batman, I think.
Okay. Brick.
Yeah, so man, a lot of people are gonna hate me
wow.
in the Batman community. So I see this movie, I see Adam West as a very likable guy, a very cool Batman look. I like the look a lot. Definitely 60s, everything. But man, this was cheesy for its time even. Like nobody took Batman seriously at that time. you know, I kind of look at it as that, like, you know, what effect? I mean, I guess it made more of an effect in the future, right? But like, man, I got to give Adam West and as much kudos as I give to him and to like his vehicle and the Joker and everything, all the actors that played in that movie, it's cheesy as hell. I have to give it a C.
Oh,
it's not a Dark Knight to me.
That's fair.
Right.
I think
Okay.
that's fair.
All right. So let's go ahead and move Adam West as a B. So he'll be there. All right. Moving on to the next one here. Actually, let's look at the live chat real quick before we move on. Let's see. Where do we go? Yomo says unsubscribed. I'm not sure for what reason.
Right. I mean,
but on my channel, though, it's like, but yeah, that's funny. Blue Tattoo says S tier without even thinking about it. He just is. I was talking about Kevin Conroy, by the way. He is the voice of Batman, says Christian Cooper. Adam was S as well, he says. Yuma says 8 or B for Adam West. Christian 8 or B. Zach says like 6 of these are S tier. We need shitter Batman. Zach, who's your least favorite Batman? Blue Tattoo says Adam West is S tier. Well, Val Kilmer says Zach. That's his least favorite Batman. I like Clooney for some reason. Let's see. Mine probably Clooney. Let's see.
See, I don't, and not to say that anybody in the chat or on the panel is wrong. I think a lot of these, especially Adam West, is more nostalgic to a lot of people, right? And that's why a lot of people would give him S tier. But when you look at like these other actors, like I personally cannot put him at S tier with a couple of these other guys. So it's just my opinion.
Okay. Christian says Brick, no coming back after your first take. So I think he is
I never tried to change
it. Says that was to Brick on Conroy. Blue Tattoos. Clooney is cool for Batman. He was just in the wrong movie. Yeah, I wonder how that would come out. How would that be if it was a different Batman movie with George Clooney? I guess we'll never know.
Clooney could have rocked the hell out of it.
All right, so we got that. Next one is Michael Keaton. Let's start with Brick.
S tier, 100%. I mean, and that's not just nostalgic. I mean, that's him coming back as the modern suit in the Flash. I mean, he still had it. I mean, he plays in my favorite Batman movies, and I think he killed Batman and made Batman what it is today, in film at least. So S tier.
So I think we know Dave's answer, but what is it, Dave?
Might surprise you. So I've said it in the past. Keaton is my Batman. Full stop. I realized that if I were 45 years old in 1989, I would have been pissed that Michael Keaton was Batman. I'd have been mad, like livid. I would have been angry that Mr. Mom was Batman. I would have been. I just know how I am. He did a great freaking job. He is Batman to so many people, myself included. I want to put him at an S. I could put him at A. He's somewhere in between there for me.
Okay.
Because he's not Kevin Conroy. Kevin Conroy is Batman. He's always going to be Batman.
I agree with that.
Michael Keaton, I think, without trying to overanalyze it, I think he did a very good job at the seriousness of Batman. It was a weird kind of he didn't do camp, but he was edging on camp, you know? I think I'm gonna put him at an S, but like a low S, like an S minus.
You know what? I'm gonna put him as an S.
Come on, man. It's an S.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, it's. Yeah.
All righty.
And
Let me know if you
that's-
change your mind before we end the Michael Keaton.
No, I'm good with that. I'm good with that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Lewis, who would you put it?
Yeah, he's a solid S for me. I mean, I grew up with Keaton, and I think Keaton was that nice transition from campy 66 to that film noir type Batman that we all really grew up with, leading into the animated series. They even took the same theme song. So yeah, he's a solid Batman, and so good that they brought him back for the Flash. So it says a lot about his performance. So yeah, solid S. Not an S plus, but an S for me. He's no Bale. Sorry.
All right. Little tease there. Jose.
Well, I'm intrigued by that now. But I mean, I probably would go around A-ish, but to kind of go with what everyone else is saying, I think he's kind of like Dave was saying, like, you know, he might be like an S minus around there. So I don't think he's quite Kevin Conroy, but I think that I'd be happy. I mean, if we leave him at S, I think I'd be. I mean, I wouldn't really fight it, but I think I'd put him at A. But either way.
Okay. Adam.
So when Keaton was announced that he would be taking on the role of Bruce Wayne Batman, this is before the internet, before social media. There was somewhat of an uproar in the comic book fan community. People were like, "You can't cast him. He's Mr. Mom." Just like Dave was saying.
I still haven't seen that movie, by the
He's
way.
in comedies. He can't play Batman. This is going to be another Adam West all over again. Well, guess what? Michael Keaton proved them wrong. He could play Batman. And, you know, he's not my favorite Batman. But I think that those Batman 89, Batman Returns, and like Jose said, they liked them so much they brought him back for the Flash movie. He was so critical to that character. He is one of the great Batmans. Absolutely an S tier for me, 100%. S for Keaton.
All right. So let's go and move that up there. So Michael Keaton is going to be S. So there you go. Next one is Christian Bale as Batman. And let's start with you, Mr. Adam.
So, as I've said here, the Nolan trilogy, in my view, is the greatest of the three Batman of any of the Batman movies, and I think that's due in large part, well, certainly to Christopher Nolan and his brothers writing, Christopher Nolan's directing, the music by Hans Zimmer throughout the films, Heath Ledger, the villains, Liam Neeson, Tom Hardy, Anne Hathaway. So all the great cast, Michael Caine,
Katie Holmes.
Katie Holmes, yes, and the other person who will not be named, yes, Jose, and,
Morgan Freeman.
Morgan Freeman, and then remind me who played Gordon, my favorite Gordon.
Gary Oldman.
Gary Oldman.
Gary Oldman. Oh my goodness, Gary Oldman. That relationship between him and Batman was extraordinary. But the lion's share of why that movie was so successful.
Mm-hmm.
My daughter, she's waving hi. She's going to bed.
Oh, hello there. How you doing?
No, we're talking
Hello.
about Batman.
We just.
Yes.
We're doing a tier list.
The tier list of all the Batman.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So I would say a large part of that is Christian Bale's success.
The new show Batman, like that's probably
Penguin.
Oh, the Penguin.
Oh yeah,
She like
it's really
that one.
good, guys. Did
Yeah.
you guys watch that?
Dude, it's
That's
Yeah,
a
yeah.
very,
phenomenal.
very good show. Very strong opening.
It's really good.
Yeah,
can't wait
I have
for
it
the
to
next
watch.
one.
So Christian Bale, in my view, the greatest Batman. You know, to me, you just can't say you can't separate the films from the Batman, because that trilogy, the Nolan trilogy, in my view, is one of the greatest superhero trilogies of all time. And when you have a film like The Dark Knight that just rises above the superhero genre and is the greatest superhero film I think of all time, I think it's one of the greatest crime movies of all time and one of the greatest, you know, it's in the top 10 list of my favorite movies of all time, and certainly in one of the great films of all time, you know, of all time. So
Yeah.
I think you got to put Christian Bale S tier, 150,000%.
I think the only thing for me, and I don't want to jump the gun and say my choice yet, but I think you are discussing a lot about the other actors in the movie, but it's just like you think his performance is also S tier. That's what you're saying?
I think yes, because I just think of my love for that movie. I get carried away. Yeah, I think Christian Bale, you know, from the beginning of the film, from Batman Begins, where we talked about his journey, his training to be Batman, and this is the first time, you know, I really felt we got to know Bruce Wayne on screen, you know, and I like Keaton. I love Keaton, but Keaton's was just brooder, and you know, I didn't really feel like I got to know who Bruce Wayne was. Batman Begins, we got to know who Bruce Wayne was. You know, there was a character arc through those three films for Bruce Wayne and Batman. Nolan had a lot of balls to have a definitive ending for Batman's character, where he hangs up the cowl and he goes off with Selena at the end there, and you know what, it was Michael Keaton's wish that he'd be in that cafe and one day he'd see you and you'd be happy. And I thought, yeah, I really think there was a real character arc to Batman and Bruce Wayne in that.
Yeah, I mean, you're touching on story. You're touching on narrative, which is good. I agree with you.
Yeah, and I think too that Bruce, you know, that Christian Bale, he was funny without being campy. You know, he was. I think his, you know, when I mentioned the other characters in it, is that you really felt like he was part of an ensemble. And that was, you know, I didn't feel that as much as some of the other films.
Okay. With that, Jose, where would you pick? Where would you put Christian Bale?
Oh gosh. Am I the last one? Did everyone go? Did everyone say?
No, I'm the first one.
Oh, okay.
You're
the first one.
I just went off on a tear.
Oh, okay. I was like, man, did everyone else say S tier? So I agree with a lot what Adam was saying in regards to Bale's performance. I wouldn't bring him up as high as S tier for a couple of reasons. And one of the main reasons is the voice. I think the voice gets more ridiculous over time, especially by the third one. Where's the trigger? You know, I mean, it's just... you wouldn't give it to an ordinary citizen. This is like, come on, man. Like, it's just ridiculous.
I'm not wearing hockey pants.
Yeah, and it's just like if you watch Batman Begins, again, one of my favorite movies. I think sometimes it feels like blasphemy, but it's just my personal choice. I prefer Begins, just watching it more times than The Dark Knight, even though Heath Ledger's performance is so good. I just personally, that's one of my favorite movies. And in that movie, even when he's talking to Rachel and then, like, you know, she comes off the drug, you know, and she wakes up in the Batcave, he's using this voice where it's like a little bit more like, you know, Falcone, you know, like it's a little bit more like subtle versus what he ends up with. And I don't know why he deterred from that. I don't know if it was Nolan telling him or he just felt like he had to make it even more. But it just, the logic sometimes too, he's like, Morgan Freeman, Lucius knows he's Batman, but then he's still using the voice with him. And it's just like, I don't get it. Like, It doesn't make any sense. But anyway, so the voice, his performance by doing the voice so exaggerated, I feel like it becomes a parody to the point that they made parodies of that performance. You know, and it's just I feel like it's beyond ridiculous to the point, especially in the third movie. So it knocks it down. And his fighting style, and I know that's not his fault, that's the choreography, but his fighting style in the movies, I mean, how he fights Bane, and it's like every time he fights,
I mentioned that. Not.
It's just like, no, it's like Ben Affleck's, we've talked about this before, and Ben Affleck's Batman would wipe out even Bale's Batman. I mean, I think he would knock out all of them, but come on, he would have, you know what I mean? Like, no way. Like, and so I just, when you rewatch those movies, you see how bad he fights, which doesn't make sense because he went through all that training, right? And so it's like you would think that he would be a little bit more acrobatic in the way he's moved, especially because he has that suit, right? That's designed for him to move,
especially because of everything he learned in the first movie. The way he was fighting in that movie, and he didn't transition it to the Dark Knight and the Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah, so I just it never made any sense for me. So if I had to, sorry for the tangent and the rant there, but if I had to rank him, I'd go anywhere from A to B. So I don't know if it's popular consensus, I'd probably go A, but yeah.
Okay.
So he's up there because of his performance. I feel like I talked mostly negative, but his performance, that's why I piggyback with what Adam was saying in terms of his, you know, his Bruce Wayne and his, you know, how he was important even though he was an ensemble cast, and, you know, the narrative of the story and where he ends up and all that. But again, that's all the writing of Jonathan Nolan and Chris Nolan and plot wise, but performance wise and his interpretation of Batman specifically and strictly that, I think that he's not up where Keaton is. So no.
All right. We have Blue Tattoo says Bell is also S tier. Batman Begins in the Dark Knight. Period. Let's throw it to Mr. Lewis, which I have an idea what you'll choose, but where would you put Bale?
Solid F, Gio. No.
Solid F. Just kidding.
For freaking awesome.
Yeah, exactly. Freaking amazing, man. No, it's to me, Batman is one of those characters that obviously can change how films are made, you know, generations. Keaton did that compared to West. Bale did that to me compared to now Keaton, right? That's why we have these arguments. Who's the better Batman? And I don't see any Batman since Bale, to me at least, who has changed how comic book movies are being made, right? Ever since Batman Begins, now you had Marvel like, hey, kind of want to make something more grounded, more realistic, just like they did it, but not quite. And aside from some things that he did under his own artistic interpretation, like the voice, yes, voice is horrible at times, and I completely agree. Some of those stills that you see of his mouth and everything, super comedic essentially, but I think his performance, and really the only Batman that got 3 films compared to the other Batmans that didn't get more than 1 or some. Keaton got 2. You throw in the Flash, yeah, that's kind of his final arc, but I think that's why Bale just resonates with so many people, because you see his beginnings from childhood to him essentially faking his own death, right? And I think having that complete arc, knowing what Nolan's vision was from start to finish, gives that complete package that none of the other Batmans got. And who knows, if Affleck got 3 films and Keaton got 3 solid films, maybe we'd be discussing something else. But to me, Bale, because of that, we got the full story, and I have to go with the S tier, S plus.
Okay. All right. X-Men Supreme.
Just for you, Jose. Jose S plus.
Wow. Right, so I destroyed Bale in the earlier run. I think Bale is an incredible actor. Just There's no arguing that. His take on Batman was very specifically different from everyone that came before him, and still is very different from everyone who came after in a lot of ways. And yeah, the voice is just dumb as all hell. There are a lot of different things as far as, the writing and the direction and all of that. But if we're talking about the actor as Batman, I think Bale can't be lower than A. I don't know that I would put him at S. I think I'm going to put him at A, but I don't think he could ever be lower than that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's an A.
Yeah, I'm going to put him at A.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So it's looking a bit interesting now. All right. Brick.
So we have 2 A's and 2 S's, right? Is that
Correct.
where we're at?
Correct.
Okay. Man, so much pressure. See, my thing is, I feel like a lot of, and no offense to anybody, but like the chat and everything, again, I'll say, I feel like we're looking too into the story, too into like what the movie is about. And the movies are S tier by far. Probably some of the best content movie film you'll ever see is the Dark Knight trilogy. But just because the story is almost perfect and the villains are perfect and like everything comes together does not mean, in my opinion, that they casted the best Batman of all time. Looking at this, I'm voting on Batman alone and not how awesome the movies were.
Okay.
I also am going off of Bruce Wayne and not just Batman. So, because that's a huge part of it, in my opinion. And like I said, I think Ben Affleck. I think Bruce Wayne is best played by Christian Bale. I think he's the best Bruce Wayne of all time, as I said before. So in that case, he would be an S tier. However, I think as Batman, he is an A tier. And because of having that part of, having some A in there, I don't think you can be an S unless you're perfect at both. And so yeah, I'd put him at A.
All right.
Yeah.
So thank you for that. Christian says Brick going to fumble this.
Nope.
So
won that shit. Touchdown.
Christian Bale, A.
Those who voted S, though, do you hate that he ended up in A? Like, are you okay with that?
No,
I'm all right with it. I mean,
like if we were voting for the movies,
that's people's opinion. But
yeah,
I don't hate anyone or anyone's opinion on this panel. That's your opinion. But I think
I know.
I think he's an S tier. I think you can't separate. You can't say the films are the greatest films of all time, but not give. But it's not the success of the guy who played the Batman, the title character. It's everyone else. You can't.
I don't know, man. I think
you got to give him the credit. I think.
Yeah.
But
you can have but by saying that, Adam, you can have an S tier movie with an A tier actor. There's so much more involved in that film. The music, you said, the story, the actors in all. Like sure. It's the choreography. Besides Dark Knight Rises, but I try, and that's the thing too, is he's had 3 movies. Now, if you said, just ranking off of one of those movies, let's say Batman Begins, could this be an S tier, or The Dark Knight could be an S tier? But because Dark Knight Rises happened, you're kind of grading him on more because he did.
That's
more.
true. Yeah.
So because of those mistakes that I saw and what Jose saw in The Dark Knight Rises, I don't see him as the perfect Batman, just played in the perfect Batman movies. But I guess you can't be perfect Batman movie. You know what I'm saying, though, as it comes to story and as a trilogy as a whole. But I think anybody, not anybody, but there are a few actors that I think that could have played that role just as good as Batman. Maybe not as Bruce Wayne, but as Batman in those films.
I guess to me the Nolan trilogy is I would call it a perfect trilogy and I would say it's up there with the Star Wars trilogy, the Lord of the Rings trilogy, the first 3 Indiana Jones films, Guardians of the Galaxy films, maybe, as perfect trilogies. That, you know, I think everything about those, all 3 films, I love. So, I guess if I'm evaluating it that way, maybe I'm blinded to anything else.
Well, that's the thing is but that's the thing is we're all grading this on different aspects.
Yeah.
You know, like so that's just the way that I'm looking at it. Like a lot of you guys didn't really talk about Bruce Wayne. Like I brought that up, and that kind of helped me.
But each person's going to do that differently with their own system.
Yes.
So it's not going to be the same.
System.
But
exactly.
That's why we're trying to get like an overall consensus, right? Because we all have different factors that you're contributing to your score, right? Let's move on to the next one here. Affleck. It sounds like I said Affleck.
Don't worry, Adam. We'll get him on this one.
Affleck. Yes.
Oh gosh.
Wait, can I say real quick?
This
Can
was
I just?
This was the G.
Because you always hear the old discussion used to be, you know, movies always fall apart at the 3rd movie. You know, like trilogies always die the 3rd. Isn't it great that we've got so many different like the Dark Knight trilogy was a fucking banger all the way through, right?
Yeah.
Like you've got Star Wars was a banger all the way through, right? The original trilogy. That's so freaking cool. I just want to put that out because I think that's so like people don't talk about that enough. I think that's pretty awesome. I think that's pretty badass.
But that being said too, like The Dark Knight Rises is my favorite Dark Knight film, even though I poked fun at the choreography of the fight scenes. Like, and the reason that is because how it ended, how they wrapped it up. I love that. And there's just I love Bane. I think Tom Hardy is extremely underrated and over, you know, because everybody talks about Heath Ledger, which is phenomenal, yes, but like because of that, not enough people I feel talk about Tom Hardy and his performance.
Bane was sick.
Dark Knight Rises,
stupid sick.
Yeah, just I mean that opening scene on the plane, like.
Oh yeah.
And my feeling.
Littlefinger's in that.
Yes, he is.
I recently saw that again.
Littlefinger.
Emily and I were watching. I'm like, hey, that's Littlefinger.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. I prefer the opening of the Dark Knight, by the way. But
no, sure.
Yeah. In my feelings, like I don't necessarily feel like the Dark Knight Rises like was perfect, you know, and I always rank it lower, you know, and I actually think it's fun to watch. Like I feel like I might rewatch it. Like I might watch Begins the most, then Rises, then The Dark Knight, and which is kind of weird, right? Because you would all argue that The Dark Knight's the best movie, but I feel maybe because I've seen it so many times and I have a lot of fun watching the other movies. Anyways, the reason I bring this up is because personally, I just feel like there's too many things that I don't like about The Dark Knight Rises that sours how I feel about whether it's the performance of Bale, the logic, some of the logic, the plot holes, like things like that. Like how did Bruce Wayne get back to Gotham when there's, you know, martial law and he has no money, he has no Alfred, like little things like that. Like it doesn't make any sense, you know? And it's just like, or, you know, like why not detonate the bomb like before, like why did he wait 3 months for his back to heal to detonate the bomb? Like when they had a trigger that, you know, Talia could push at any time. Like it just makes no sense. Like it's like there's a lot of plot convenience in that movie that just makes zero sense. So I don't know how you could say it's the perfect trilogy because that one falls off a little bit. I mean, I enjoy it. I think it's fun and I put it on and I watch it and enjoy, you know, the performances, Bane and Catwoman and the conversation he has with Alfred and Alfred leaving and Talia al Ghul and so on and so forth. But no, just my opinion.
All right. Let me look into this comment right here. Yomo says, you're not voting, Gio? No, because it would be, I want an odd number of votes so that there's no like a tie.
Like a tie.
Yeah. So I was going to be part of it if we didn't have like an odd number or whatever.
Yeah.
Depending on the guests, right, in the panel. But then Jose said, Lisa's about to make me leave. All right. So let's start with Brick. So Affleck, what would you put him in?
Probably the worst movies, but again, we're talking about how he played the character, Batman and Bruce Wayne. combined in the way I'm doing it. I'm gonna give him a B. I think I gave Adam West a C. I'm giving Ben Affleck a B.
Okay, Dave.
His look is an S, but like him as Batman and him as Bruce Wayne combined, I'd give him a B.
Yeah. No, I am on that track. Friggin' Batfleck surprised, I think, everybody. Honestly, I don't know that a whole. Some people were like, "Yeah, cool." Some people were like signing petitions on Change.org. I remember that. But I know I was certainly surprised by Batfleck. I loved him. I loved him so much. Still can't stand the Snyderverse. Hate it. Just god awful. But Ben Affleck was great. I don't think he's an S tier. I think that I think he's somewhere in the A-B category. I feel weird putting him down in B, but I don't. I feel like he's A. I want to put him in the A. I don't think he's as low as a B. I think he's an A. I think he's solid as an A. I don't think he's as great as. They're good for different reasons, right? Like, I don't necessarily think he's like Adam West isn't bad for being a B, but Affleck isn't quite in that same category. So I'm gonna put him in the A. Yeah.
Okay. So we got A there. Let me read this comment here. We have Blue Tattoo says, as a Batman, Batfleck is S tier. As Bruce Wayne, also S tier. And Hot Toys Hotline, Mr. Connor is dropping by here. Thank you so much for being here, Connor. It says Adam West at B tier is crazy.
I know, too high, right? It's too high.
It's too high, right? By the way, hi everyone. Thank you so much, Mr. Carter. And then hopefully we'll have you on the show on Sunday nights as we kick off the spooky season. Thank you so much for being here. Let's see. He also says Adam West paved the way for the whole tier list. He earned his S. So,
bro, it took him
The bar was
33.
low.
It took him 33 years to make another Batman movie because of how bad.
Damn.
Like that's come on.
He set the bar. Low bar.
All right, so
Love you, Connor.
Mr. Lewis, where are you gonna put Affleck?
You know, I actually really liked Affleck. I liked obviously the whole warehouse scene where he's just wrecking. That was great.
Yeah.
That was the Batman that we all wanted to see that we didn't get with previous versions. But it's a different universe, right? I can't compare that Batman versus Bale because he would win for sure. But if you set that aside, I think Affleck was amazing. He didn't get the attention and the films that he deserved. But that scene, the very end of Snyderverse Justice League, when he's talking to Joker, I think that really kind of cemented his portrayal of that Batman that makes sense from that warehouse. And I think that's one of the best scenes in all of Snyderverse was the very end of his Justice League. So I can't put him at S tier, but he's a solid A+ for me. He's a great Batman. Great job. I wish he got his own film, but unfortunately, we got what we got. And yeah, I would put him after Bale, Keaton. He's right under that, so he's great Batman.
Connor says, "Hey Adam, buy brick." And then Blake says, "I hate these games because people think I'm trolling." There's no king of hot takes. We love you though. Says, all right, so Jose, you might be surprised that's your pick here for Affleck?
I don't know. I to kind of echo what Brick was saying. We're touching a lot on his Batman because I think it's so good, but I feel like you guys are not giving credit to his Bruce Wayne, which I thought was really good. You know, his conversations, how awkward he was socially. You know, when he's at Lex's party, you know, and he's so focused on the mission of trying to retrieve that information, and you know, when he wakes up and there's a girl at his bed, and he's like, if you know, like like he's kind of just seems like he's just like an addict, you know, that, and there's all these little nuances when he, you know, when he looks at the suit and he kind of like he's like pondering and looking at the suit, like little moments like that. You know, little conversations he has with Alfred. He's like, you know, we're always been criminals, like nothing's changed. You know what I mean? Like little things like that where you see how basically like he is, you know, he's basically like the duality of the character, right? Where, you know, he uses Bruce Wayne as the mask, but he's mainly Batman all the time, you know? And, you know, obviously, Bale's performance gets that a lot more because he had the opportunity to kind of do those, like, you know, billionaire scenes where he's like, oh, I'll buy the hotel and I'll do this and blah, 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 which we haven't seen with, like, for example, Robert Pattinson's Batman. We haven't seen that yet. And because he didn't get as much as opportunity to do that, I feel like people don't really pay attention to his Bruce Wayne. But I think that people don't give it credit. So anyways, I don't want to go into a whole tangent, but there's little things like nuances and scenes and that I just feel like people don't give credit. So I actually would go, personally, I would go S tier for Batfleck.
Okay. S tier. Adam.
Dude, come on. S tier. Listen, I love Ben Affleck. All right? I love Ben Affleck. I think, as Lou said, he was a very good Batman who didn't get the material he deserved. Now, I am not a Snyderverse hater. I think that Man of Steel is a very good film. I think the special edition director's cut of Batman versus Superman is pretty decent. It explains things better than the original theatrical release. Same with the Snyder cut of Justice League. However, how Warner Brothers went about that whole universe was just terrible. What they should have done is they should have had a Man of Steel 2. Then they should have had a Ben Affleck Batman solo movie. If you wanted to, at the end of the film, maybe have him meet Superman, fine. Then you can do the Batman versus Superman. But beyond that, I always had an issue with, you start out with a movie where Batman versus Superman, and I know Man of Steel comics in the 80s, the reboot, there was some antagonism between Batman and Superman, and certainly from the Dark Knight Returns.
Yes.
But instead of adapting the Dark Knight, because the whole point of the Dark Knight Returns is that's an older Batman, an older Superman, and, you know, Superman's an agent of the government, and Batman he comes out of retirement into like a quasi-fascist dictatorship that's engulfed the United States. You know, we need to get to that, and that's fine if you want to adapt that later, but let's have the first on-screen meeting cinematically of Batman versus Superman. Maybe they're more friendly, not till the end of the movie, and they become friends because they find out, gee, guess what? Both our moms are named Martha. I mean, that whole thing was ridiculous. But,
I think they were rushing so much.
But calling Robin, even though if that's not ridiculous to you.
Well, no, that was his name. No,
it's not. It's Dick Grayson. It's ridiculous. It was like wink, wink, wink.
Ridiculous.
It wasn't supposed to be Robin. But beyond that, I think
I'm just saying there's things that we could call out about the other movies too. I'm just saying.
In my list of Batman, you know, I have Keaton and Bale on the same level, and then I do have on that second tier I have Affleck because he deserved better. But I think you got to be consistent, and I'm trying to be consistent in that you can't merit someone a high level when their movies sucked. And I'm not saying the movie sucked.
But we're talking about the performance, not about the movie performance.
But again, you know, it's like giving kudos, you know, to an athlete when they had to lose their whole team had to lose.
Well, hold on.
Oh wow,
Do you think Margot Robbie's performance is an S tier? Or do you think that's
think
like
so.
a C tier along with the movie, or D, like
Do I
along with
think
the
her
movie?
performance is
Because her
S tier?
performance outweighs what that movie truly was.
Well, the first Suicide Squad was terrible, but the one that James
Right.
Gunn did was a very
No, but the first movie was terrible, but her performance and her as Harley Quinn was an S tier. In my opinion, I'm not saying you have to say that, but like it was definitely better than. I would be surprised if you didn't say like her performance outshined everything else.
I think when you're rating an on-screen performance of someone and the movie's about that title character, Batman, and if the rest of the movie is not a successful film, but their performance is good, I don't think you could say it's entirely a success, because you have to, it's like team sports. The individual can go so far, but you work together as a team. And when you're making a movie, you're making a TV show, you rely on the success of others, not just your own individual accomplishment. So you can have the best performance in the world, but if your TV show, your movie is a piece of crap, great. You get a sticker for the fridge. I think with Affleck, I give him a B. I think he's a B level Batman. But I like him, and I'm going to get his 2.0 figure.
Okay, so okay. All right.
Okay.
So the scores are a little. Go ahead.
To go off your point, Adam, with like how they should have had like Man of Steel 2 and Batman movie. They were just rushing. Yeah. They were just rushing to catch up with Marvel.
Like
they were.
Yeah,
they
that's
were like,
that's why they failed. Yeah.
Yeah, they were.
I mean, I like those movies, and I'm gonna argue that because you were making the point about the fact that they should have been buddies. I don't think so, because they portrayed as Batman as a civilian, as a normal everyday guy, right? That is taking up the mantle of the Batman and fighting crime and so on. He's been doing it for 20 years, and this alien, this unknown being, destroys this city. So it's like how they wrote that in Man of Steel, which you guys basically all said you enjoyed. So that's where the story went. So how could you be like, this ordinary guy's like, yeah, I'm gonna trust you, alien. You destroyed half of the city and killed a bunch of people, but I trust you. It's all good, man. Let's be buddies. You want to join the Justice League? No. He was apprehensive about this guy. He needed to know what he could do, and he wanted to know if he could stop him. So that doesn't make any sense. Why would they be buddies?
Because Martha.
they should have made Man of Steel the way they did.
If you guys have to make that joke, then that means that you guys clearly don't understand the message of that scene.
No, I get that. I totally get that message. I totally get that message. The whole Martha theme, I think it was misunderstood. I'm one of those people that kind of
that was
advocated for that scene, that it's not what it actually meant. But after all the scores, Ben Affleck is an A, so he's gonna stay at the A because of all the overall grades that we got here. But let's move on to the next one here. So we still have a few here, and by the way, the matchup we're not going to be able to do tonight. It's definitely got kind of late now, so hopefully we can do it. We'll do it at the next time, but we'll talk about that in just a moment here. But the next one here is
this man lives to see another day.
Robert Pattinson. Adam, where would you put Robert Pattinson as Batman?
A, Batman. F, Bruce Wayne.
Damn.
I actually, talking about Batman Returns, for this show, I rewatched a good chunk of this last night too, and first of all, I love the Hot Toys figure. That's an S tier figure for me. So just in terms of figure, the Batman,
that is a really fucking good figure.
That's an S tier figure. Okay,
that's a really good figure.
Yeah. I think that's it's interesting. There's a rhythm of movies. So we were just talking about the Batman versus Superman, and I think if you watch the director's cut of that, that's a better cut. It explains some more things. Same with the Snyder cut. I think the Batman was too long a movie. I think that should have been cut. Maybe cut a half hour out of that film. It was too bloated. I think his performance as Batman was really good. But to Brick's point, it's it's Batman and it's Bruce Wayne, and his Bruce Wayne was just there wasn't much there. It was very the depressed kind of character, and I understand. And maybe towards the end, we'll see that in the second one, and that was maybe the point of this film. I'll give it a little more latitude. I did not like his relationship with Alfred. Certainly compared to Michael Keaton and Ben Affleck and Dale's relationship with Alfred. I thought I did not like. I liked. I liked. What's the name of the actor who played Alfred in that in the Batman? Oh yeah, I love. I mean, he's an awesome actor. That's not the performance. I just didn't like how that was written. So yeah, I give him a B.
B
for,
as in boy.
Pattinson.
B like boy, right?
Batman.
B as in Batman. There you go. There you go.
B as in Batman for Pattinson.
Yeah, because Robert Pattinson's a boy, but Jose. What
yes, he is.
I kind of echo a lot of the thoughts that Adam has. I know we've been disagreeing a lot, Adam, but I agree with what you're saying there. His performance as Bruce Wayne. I mean, he had no interest in being Bruce Wayne. He was just basically Batman the whole movie. Even when he's Bruce Wayne, quote unquote, at the funeral, and when he's talking to Alfred, like, he's Batman. He just doesn't have the outfit on. So I don't think we saw his interpretation of Bruce Wayne because, again, he's not Bruce Wayne. At least he's not playing the duality of the character. He's basically just Batman 24/7. So because of that reason, I would go probably B.
B like Batman. B like
B
Bruce.
like Batman.
Okay.
Now Jose's now you're speaking sense here. I like.
Yeah.
Oh, now you're okay.
I mean, we can have a whole debate. I'd argue with you guys.
I'm sure.
I love it.
Connor says, "Save Martha." He says so. I agree on the Bruce
Gotta
Wayne.
save Martha. They did her dirty in that movie, man.
Panson A tier, says Connor. S if film 2 goes well.
I mean, I would rank him higher if by the next movie he's clearly he's using more of that Bruce Wayne persona. We never even saw him. Remember how he has that scene where he he refuses to go to Wayne, Wayne Enterprises or whatever's, and he's like, oh, the board wants to talk to you, and he's like, oh, why do I have to do that? And they go to him instead, and he's eating grapes with Alfred, and it's just like, okay, like they never saw him put on the suit and have to go over there. And then even when he goes and talks to Falcone, he's got his hair all in his face, and he's all emo, and it's like, anyways.
Louis, I think your headphones are dead, but if you ever communicate still, let me know.
Yeah, you can hear me, right?
Yeah,
Is
I can
there
hear
an
you.
echo?
No,
Is
it's
there an
fine.
echo? Okay, cool.
No. What would be your Pattinson? Where would Pattinson be for you?
Yeah, it's a solid B. I mean, I am a huge Batman fan, but I didn't jump at the bit to order his figures.
Okay.
And I just think he hasn't had enough time. They're obviously setting up this big universe, and or at least for Reeves's universe, it's just too early. It's too early to tell, and he's not A rank, he's not S. Maybe on the second film he'll work his way up to A, but he's just average right now. Not to keep repeating the same thing, but his Batman was pretty good. Bruce Wayne, just emotional, younger take on the character, so it's just way too soon for him to gain my respect as a Batman. So B for Batman or Batboy.
Okay, Bad Boy. Bad Boy. Dave, where would you put?
I have so much love for My Chemical Batman.
Okay.
He's so great. He's so great. I think I have a hard time separating the Batman and Bruce Wayne persona, just because they are, you know? So I think it's a situational kind of thing. In this movie, in this story, Bruce Wayne isn't important because Batman doesn't see the importance of him. He's wrong for that, but that's what it is. I do agree that he is the least seasoned Batman, and not just because of the story and where he is in his life. Just he's had his one shot, whereas everyone else, they've been around the block a few times. So I think he is a little bit harder to rank because of that. For the one shot that we've gotten with him so far, I think he did pretty good. I think that I see him as an A for what we've gotten. I'm not mad at him being at B though. I'll put him at A, but I think overall, if he's at a B, I don't see a problem with that either.
Gold star for X-Man, says Connor. This is why they call him Supreme.
It's the
How
cream.
you figure? Will Arnett, S tier, and we do have him on this list, or at least potentially on somewhere on the list here. So we'll talk about that. Thank you for being here, Justin. By the way, really appreciate that. Okay, so Dave, you said A for Pattinson.
Yeah,
right?
I vote A.
Okay. Now, Brick, where are you playing Pattinson?
Yeah, so everybody knows this is not my favorite Batman movie. This is probably my 6th, maybe 7th favorite Batman movie. Which is crazy because I really liked Pattinson as Batman. Okay. I feel like once his trilogy or whatever is done, he might come out to be one of the best Batmans, I don't know, that we've ever seen. And I think that this movie was a good start to where, kind of like Batman Begins was, there's a lot of growth. I think with Bruce Wayne in this film, he's supposed to be sad. He's supposed to be emo. He's in year 2 of being Batman. He played that part perfectly and how Bruce Wayne's supposed to be. He doesn't have that relationship with Alfred yet. He is the emo kid. He doesn't want to be Bruce Wayne. He wants to be Batman. Batman, he wants vengeance. He's not there yet. He needs to grow as Bruce Wayne as the films go on, I'm sure. And I'm sure we'll see that. So to me, he played Bruce Wayne the way he was supposed to play him at that time perfectly. And you guys were talking about Ben Affleck. How how vicious he was and everything like that. I think the same for Pattinson. I feel like Pattinson has one of the best suits. I feel like when that train station scene when he's beating the shit out of people. Now I wish we saw more of that, which is why the movie's not one of my favorites, because you rarely saw it. But Pattinson as Batman is an S tier, 100%.
Oh,
so,
okay.
That's what I'll say.
All right.
I like that. I like the conviction on that.
Let's see. Oh, here we go. Justin says, Brick, just say F tier. We know.
See,
you
everybody thought, because the movies aren't my favorite. But man, like Pattinson as Batman is S tier. The movie itself will be better. And I've always said this too. Like once the trilogy's done, I'll probably like the first movie better. But
we have Evil Sneaker dropping by. Steve says, hold up. Let's see what he says over here. I see S tier, but no Pattinson. What is this? So there you go. Thank you, Steve, for being here. Greatly appreciate it. Let's see. I already read this one here. Jose says, I see that self-promotion worked.
That was a joke that they made on their show.
Oh, okay. Pattinson S tier and is laughing, I guess. Mr. Justin, S tier movie, says Steve.
No, I agree. I don't know when one of you guys made the point about the movie being too long. 100%. Movie's way too long.
Yeah. It's 2 hours and like 47 minutes. Way too long.
No. The movie should have ended when they killed Falcone. I think that's the perfect. It should have ended there. All the other additional stuff. I mean, or it could have ended it with the flooding, like the bombs go off and then the flooding, but you still get like an additional like 40 minutes after the fact. So it's like, no.
Robert Pattinson is gonna fall under B with Adam West. So there we go. Pattinson has been ranked and graded. So let's move on to the next one. We have 3 left, I believe. And I think these might be kind of fast actually, but let's start with Brick. Val Kilmer. Where would you put him?
This is tough. I feel like I like Batman Forever more than some people. Not you, Gio, but I do have a soft spot for it. As Batman, I will give him a B.
Okay.
I'll make that one short and sweet.
Solid
But I love
B.
the movie.
Justin says, Brick used to have my back on the Batman, but Steve got to him. So give me the Reeves cut, 4+ hours, baby. Justin, I still have your back on the movie. Blue Tattoo says B is not low enough.
But see, it's funny how people want it to be high and then people want it to be low.
Right.
So
Everyone's
is it
got
Batman
their
or Bruce Wayne or both? Just overall, just Bruce Wayne, Batman, just overall, the actor portraying the character.
Bruce Wayne.
And Connor says, well, at least they didn't have to remake the movie to make it watchable. Release the
Ooh.
Yeah, I agree with that one.
What did he say?
Val Kilmer underrated, says Justin. Val Kilmer is B tier, says Blue Tattoo. And Yoma says Val Kilmer was solid, but no grade. So solid B, as in Bruce and Batman, right? Brick, as in Brick.
Yep.
Dave, where are you
Bruce's
putting
boy.
Val Kilmer? Yeah,
I think that Batman Forever was a not bad movie. But again, we're not ranking the movie. We're ranking the actor. And I think that Val Kilmer was pretty decent. I think that if his movie had been the caliber of a Batman Returns, then he would have blown everyone's minds, I think. Val Kilmer's a great actor. He would have done so much more than what he was given to work with. So I gotta say that Val Kilmer, I'm not gonna say he's an S. I think he's an A. I think Val sits at an A for me.
Okay. All right. Surprised about that, but glad.
I gotta give credit where it's due.
Justin says Benson had the fighting down, but literally didn't solve anything the entire 3-hour movie. Connor says Kilmer B for sure, and Blue Tattoo says they should have remade the movie to make Pattinson worth anything. Sorry. So we got your grade there, Mr. X-Man Supreme. Lewis, where are you putting Val Kilmer?
Yeah, I think Val's a solid B. He, obviously, looking at these other Batmen, he can't hold a candle to them, but he had his moments. Just the conversation with Edward Nygma, that was a good one. With Chase, how he kind of hooked Robin up and let him stay there. I mean, there was some memorable moments, and if he had a trilogy, then perhaps, would have been different, but I think B, solid. Not above Affleck or Bale, but, he's still better than West for me, so sorry.
Oh, okay. Jose?
Yeah, absolutely.
So I'm gonna go with kind of similar thoughts. I feel like Kilmer is a pretty solid choice. I like and I enjoy Batman Forever. It's one of the ones that I grew up with. We had on VHS, we had the Batman Returns, and then we had Batman Forever. So those ones were on rotation. And I feel like people don't give credit, but I feel like his Bruce Wayne was really good. I think it's one that a lot of people don't really give credit because of his Batman. I feel like people like kind of like to, the whole Batman nipples and his conversation about chicks dig the car and so on and so forth. So he's a little bit more cartoony and all that with his in terms of being under the bat suit. So a lot of people they tend to rake him lower for those reasons. But I for his Bruce Wayne, I think I'd go around B. So Bruce Wayne and Batman combination, and then we talked about it earlier, but the scenes that he has, I mentioned the scene in the cave and his conversations with Chase that you guys brought up, the whole psychological element about him seeing the bats in the Rorschach and things like that, and how he's got bats on the brain and all these things that make his Bruce Wayne really interesting. So. And he was a handsome guy, Val Kilmer. It was like he was a handsome looking guy. Like I bought that he was Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
Justin says, Kilmer, on the other hand, was solving so many riddles you couldn't even keep up. Dude even riddled the Riddler and prevailed.
He did.
He did.
Blue Tattoo says, I agree with A for Kilmer. So yeah. Connor says Kilmer. D tier, Bruce Wayne. Haircut, can we all agree? And Connor hasn't even said hey to me. That is wild. Yeah,
still
the way you read that one, Gio.
He's still.
That is wild.
If Battinson isn't D tier, neither is Kilmer. So there you go.
It's like Justin took you over. You were reading it for him. You know what I mean?
I'm trying not to. I don't know. I think Adam is the only one left who's about to give Kilmer the S tier. So go ahead, Adam.
Yeah, I haven't seen this movie since maybe since the late 90s, early 2000s. It's not one of the Batman movies that I go back to. Having said that, when it came out, I thought it was okay. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed Kilmer. I didn't think it was certainly as good as the Keaton films. It started to go that decline into campiness that we saw in the next film. But I thought I certainly they had some two killer tracks in that film that I really feel I need to mention. Seal's "Kiss from a Rose" and U2's "Hold Me, Thrill Me, Kiss
Oh
Me, Kill
yeah,
Me."
that soundtrack was awesome.
Two awesome songs.
I used to have that
among some others.
Yeah.
I thought he was like you guys said. I agree with you guys. He was a solid Batman. I give him a B.
And even he has that line. I'm trying to think of like awesome things he said in that movie. He's like when he tells Chase, it's like, I'd love to get you out of those clothes, and she's like, what? And he's like, and into this dress, into a black dress or something like that. It was like, you bought that, man. Like he was like he was like smooth with the ladies, you know what I mean?
But then he fucks it up by saying, do you like the circus? So there's that. But Connor says, yeah, Justin, you came in too hot on Pattinson.
And he had like a great style as Bruce Wayne when he was like driving around in that car, and then his outfits. Like I bought it, man. Like it. Anyways.
So Val Kilmer is gonna be a B for Batman. Poor boy.
Mars Toys teased speaking of figures, they teased a Val Kilmer Bruce Wayne figure.
Oh,
I think a few weeks ago. Yeah, they did tease that. They showed a 3D render, and I was like, hey, that might be kind of interesting.
I gotta keep up on Mars, man. I keep missing stuff from them.
Yeah, I missed that, and I'm following them too, and I completely missed that too. So thanks for that, Jose. Okay, last two, and we have Mr. George Clooney.
Oh gosh,
Adam, where are you putting Clooney?
When Clooney was announced to play Batman and Robin, I thought, like, wow, perfect casting. He could play the suave Bruce, and certainly the superhero of Batman. I mean, this was hot on the heels of his star-making performance as Dr. Doug Ross in the TV show ER. I don't know how many of you were around to watch ER when it aired, but like nothing was hotter. It was 10 p.m. Thursday nights, at least in the East Coast, on NBC after Seinfeld and Friends, ER. And his character, as an actor, he was one of the hottest stars around. in the mid to late 90s. So I couldn't have been more excited. And then you had, of course, Alicia Silverstone coming back, Schwarzenegger, the GOAT for action star. Couldn't have been more excited for a Batman movie. And then when I went to go see it opening night, I saw what they did. And, I don't need to
I
go
saw
through
what
the
you did.
Nipples on the bat suit, and I'll just leave it at that. If anyone deserved better, maybe it was George Clooney, because he really did deserve to have a better Batman film to showcase his acting skills. I have to, unfortunately, give him a C.
Oh, higher than
C
I thought.
for Mr. George Clooney.
All right, C. Jose.
He has some interesting scenes as Bruce Wayne that work from what I remember. It's the one movie that I just can't put on and watch it from beginning to end. I don't even remember the last time I did that. I've seen a few clips because of the whole Marsh Toys. No, it wasn't the Marsh Toys. It was So Toys, Mr. Freeze. And I put on some clips because I wanted to watch some of the scenes, and then the Barbara Gordon. I wanted to see what outfit she was wearing, if she got two outfits, if she got one outfit. Anyways, I barely even remember his performance, to be honest. I just remember him looking super awkward in the bat suit. Like, he just didn't feel like, he belonged in that suit. He seemed weird. His face looked weird. I don't know. It just didn't. I don't know. So I don't know. I'd go pretty low. I'd probably, I wouldn't want to say it's completely failure, but I mean, Clooney has stated that he's so embarrassed and he wants to make sure not to take roles for the money, that he has a picture of himself in the bat suit with the bat nipples on his desk to remind himself not to take roles for the money. So, I mean, that can kind of tell you, right? So, I mean, I thought it was pretty cool. They gave him another shot to appear in that little cameo at the end of The Flash,
That was really cool.
And that gives you kind of, I think he was right there. You kind of saw what the Bruce Wayne that he could have been, right? Had he maybe done another movie. So I would go D. So C or D, but I mean, I probably would go D.
All right. D for Clooney. Lewis.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with Jose on that. I feel like if we got Oceans 11, 12, 13 Clooney as Batman, that would have changed things.
Okay.
But to go from Kilmer, this suave kind of heartthrob at the time, I guess, to Clooney, and despite him being hot at that time, it's just complete 180. It just wasn't believable. And I'll go solid D for Dick Tracy. Or Dick Grayson.
There you go. There you go. Connor says, they actually worked with Clooney's filming schedule alongside ER. He apparently was working 7 days a week for months during the filming of Batman and Robin. And then Yomo says, I'd probably go C or D. And then Blue Tattoo says, going from Dusk Till Dawn to Batman, I thought Clooney would have been dope as Batman in a darker movie. I think his Bruce is better. He is at B tier overall, and Connor says C tier just because he has the Bat card. So there you go.
Which is not an accessory apparently with the rumored, or I mean, right. I'm assuming it's gonna, they showed it, but I'm assuming they're gonna announce it soon. So it's not an accessory. What's going on with that?
Yeah, I was
the Bat card carried a lot of that performance. Let's be honest. Did a lot of the heavy lifting there.
Steve says Pattinson is in the wrong tier.
Hey, I gave him an S. You should be proud of me.
So there you go. Dave, what would you put Clooney?
So exactly like Adam was saying, George, there's only one reason that George Clooney's Batman wasn't one of the best. And it's everything else about that movie. Everything else about the way that it was just put together. Right? Like, it's all the stuff that they gave him, all the shit that they made him. And you can tell he knew he was in garbage. And he was phoning in a lot of his performance. And I get it. I get it. We've all been to that point at work where we're like, fuck it, whatever. And I get it. Which is why I don't feel bad at all for giving this amazing actor the F tier. it was an F tier performance. He knew it. He didn't care, and you know what? I respect him for it. But it was an F tier Batman.
Wow. Okay. F. First one. Connor says disrespectful. There is no bat card. Someone will make it. So.
Oh, I'm
yeah,
sure.
I'm sure someone will make it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Brick. Where are you gonna put George Clooney?
Yeah. I mean, as Bruce Wayne, it was all right. You know, I'd give him as Bruce Wayne like a B, as in boy, but as Batman, a D. I had fun with the movie. I mean, every time I watch it, I laugh. You know, so it's watchable for me, especially like in the background or if I'm just showing my kids or something like that. But as Batman, he's a D, so I'd put him in that C- range. Why not?
Okay. So George Clooney is going to be, based on the overall grades, is going to be a D. So there you go for George Clooney. All right.
It hurts my heart to see him down there like that.
All by himself right now. But we'll see right now because or maybe not. Maybe he'll stay over there because the last one is Will Arnett from the Lego Batman movie. And I understand that this is a little different. It might be a little hard to rank this, but I'll start with you, Brick. What are you going to put? A Lego movie. So where are you going to put Will Arnett?
He is an S tier. That movie was phenomenal. I know it's not live action. It's hard to compare the two, but I don't think anybody could have done that Lego performance the way that he did. So S tier all the way.
All right. Dave.
Okay, so I've thought long and hard on this for a long time, actually. Before today ever happened, I've thought about this ever since the movie came out. I love Lego Batman so much. It is such a freaking awesome movie. But my argument is that it's not Batman though. This is a hardcore parody of Batman. like this is more parody of Batman than Adam West ever was. And it's brilliant for that. I think it's freaking great. Will Arnett is phenomenal as that Batman, but it's not Batman. So it's an S tier performance. It really is. But if we're ranking him as a Batman, I'm giving him a C.
Damn.
Okay. All right. I thought you were going to say an F, to be honest with you. But,
no,
right,
absolutely not.
Right.
That would be incredibly disrespectful. No, he was brilliant. But it's not Batman, I think it was hilarious and I could laugh at it, but that's not Batman. That's not Batman.
It's Batman.
All right. How about you, Lois?
I think it was a good performance. Again, I'm comparing it to the other Batman that we have up here. I actually liked him better more in the Lego movie versus his own Lego movie.
Okay.
Really? Oh, wow.
I just think we got so little of him, but he was so strong in it that it was okay, I could see him getting his own, and then we got it, and to me it just felt like it was just kind of the same gaffes every single time, and he just tried a little too hard, right? It got old for me after so much, but it's still a good movie, his voice, pretty iconic voice. There's no Kevin, of course, but I gotta put him below Kilmer, which he's a B, but above Clooney, so he's a solid C for me as well.
Okay.
Great performance, but it's maybe a one-off. I don't know if they'll ever do another Lego Batman 2, but of course I'd watch it for sure.
I hope they do. Man,
it was
solid.
It was fun. It was a fun movie. Blue Tattoo says very cool movie. B tier for Lego Batman. I can't, in good conscience, have Lego Batman tiered higher than Affleck or Bale. Jose, where'd you put Will on it?
So I can't fully give it a good ranking because I've never seen the Lego Batman movie. I've only seen the Lego movie. So I've seen his performance that you guys were mentioning in the Lego movie, but I haven't seen the Lego Batman movie. So I can't fully give it a good grade, but just based on the performance of the Lego movie, which I did enjoy, how he ends up being, I forget her name, but like her boyfriend and so on and so forth. And it was just funny. It worked within the context of that movie. So for that performance, I probably would go B tier.
B, like Batman?
Boy.
Okay. All right. And then the last one, Adam. Where would you put Will Arnett?
Yeah, I love the Lego movie and the Lego Batman movie. I saw them both with my daughter in the theater. We love those movies. I'm going to agree with Blue Tattoo. I think what Blue Tattoo wrote was right. Great performance, but I can't put that higher than Affleck or Bale. So I'm going to go with B.
B like boy.
B like Lego Batman. B.
Okay. It's kind of hard for me to see what it is. Okay, let's see. All right.
We got two B's, two C's, and an S. Oh, Nikes.
Oh, damn. That's okay. It's kind of hard, actually. That was kind of hard for me to grade, to like rank. Unless I include mine.
Include yours.
All right. I'm going to put him in B.
Oh.
So we'll put him as B. So he's going to be a B. There you go.
I don't hate this, by the way. I think, I think
not mad at that.
That's not bad. No.
Yeah.
So we have Will Arnett with Adam West, Robert Pattinson, and Val Kilmer. So that's it for the Batman actor tier list here. And,
all jokes aside, though, real quick. I'm sorry, Gio.
Sure.
All jokes aside, like I'm the brick guy, so I had to put Lego Batman as S. But all jokes aside, how in the hell is Pattinson in the same tier as Adam West and Lego Batman? It makes no sense to me. That's it.
All right. So let's see. Connor says, "Fun times, guys. All jokes. Never forget. Batman is the best superhero, no matter who is playing him. Take care of." Well, thank you so much for dropping by as you did, Mr. Connor. Greatly appreciated there. Let's see. Then we have just saying bye to Connor there. Okay, so just to summarize everything, again, this is all based on all the grades here that we got from the panel. I wasn't really part of it, but we have only 2 S tiers out of 9 actors, Kevin Conroy and Michael Keaton. We have Christian Bale and, I was going to say Casey Affleck, and Ben Affleck in the A tier. Adam West, Robert Pattinson, Val Kilmer, and Will Arnett are in the B tier list. And George Clooney all by himself is under the D tier list. So there you go. That's the Batman actor tier list. And this was probably the longest segment I've ever done, I think. But it's a lot of fun, though. I wanted to do with this with you guys here on Batman Day or Batman Weekend, as we're going to call it, kind of. So thank you so much for being a part of this. And I know this stream went really, really long. As I mentioned, I think in our private chat, or I might have mentioned earlier. So the matchup we're definitely not going to be able to do tonight. It's just too late now. But I'll talk to you guys, Brick and X-Man. Maybe we can do it next Sunday if you two are available. But again, we'll talk about it later. But
I'm down.
We'll have to skip the Figures Talk matchup for tonight. But yeah, that's the Batman actor tier list. That was the Batman Day stream. So let me go ahead and move this here real quick here. Okay.
It's different when you look at the chart all together, doesn't it?
Yeah. Time for a drink, says Yomo. So there you go.
My man.
All right. So let me see here. I think we're missing someone. We're missing Adam.
Yeah.
Oh, Okay, I don't know if he got kicked out or something, but let me just plug your stuff, your channels, Instagram or whatever, real quick here. Let's start with you, Mr. Brick. What do you have going on?
Yeah. So other than the well, I guess I'm doing some content. I've got a couple videos that I'm filming right now that I haven't really said too much about, but expect those within the next week. I'm also doing Wolfpack Wednesday every Wednesday. If you guys aren't aware, come check us out over on the Jedi Knights Watches channel. That's every Wednesday night at 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, so 9:30 on the Eastern side. And I also have my own live stream called the Bugle 6 every other Monday, so every first and third Monday of the month. If there is a fifth Monday, we do that as well. And that's on at 8 p.m. Monday nights Central Standard Time. I have a show coming up Monday, not tomorrow, but a week from tomorrow. Would be the fifth Monday of the month, and then I have the first Monday of the month, which in October, which I will have the Queen G22 with Jose and Austin. So we are going to be talking about a lot of TMNT. So going to be a lot of fun.
Hell yeah.
And
all right. Well, thank you so much, Brick, for being on here. Like I said, sorry about the long stream here tonight, but I hope you guys enjoyed the Batman Day stream here for tonight. Let's go to Mr. X-Man Supreme, who had a really long day streaming tonight or today. So what do you have going on?
Worth it, man. Let's see. Well, nothing really publicly. I'm gonna have my Hono Wolverine showing up this week, probably Wednesday.
Nice.
So that'll be a cool thing that happens. She-Hulk sometime. I'm expecting it now after seeing an email about it, so we'll see that probably shortly. Yeah, other than that, just hanging out, checking out everybody's streams.
Well, thank you so much again, X-Man, for being on here. Yeah, I mean, you weren't able to do the matchup here tonight, but it just gives you guys a little bit more time to, I don't know if you can prepare, but mentally, I guess, I don't know. But Mr. Lewis, what do you have going on there?
Not a whole lot, man. You can see I'm a bit of a lurker, but I'm actually working on a 1/6 scale collection video. I've got a few videos I'll be coming out pretty soon for the different scales that I have. But once I have it up, would love to get you guys' opinions and kind of feedback on that. But other than that, just got LA Comic Con actually coming up pretty soon. I'll be doing a autograph with Hayden Christensen and a picture with him and Ewan, so I'm excited about that.
Nice.
But other than that, just waiting for the occasional Star Wars Hot Toys releases. I know we got some that are coming down the pipe pretty soon. But yeah, anytime anyone wants me on their stream, I'm happy to do it, given schedule and availability. But appreciate you having me, man. Appreciate you guys and great opinions and whatnot. So Jose, I still love you, man.
We still love you. Well, thank you, Lewis.
Why me? We had to furry. We all were arguing.
But it was still very civilized, so which I appreciate that.
Sure.
So
all love, guys.
But thank you so much, Mr. Lewis, again for being on here. I know we've been trying to
thank you, man.
Set up a date, so thank you so much for being here. Really do appreciate it.
Jose Plus,
here's your IG page.
Yes.
What do you have going on?
So nothing yet as of this moment. I am gonna make the YouTube channel. Actually, I technically have already made it. Let me see if I can kind of throw it in here. So if you guys want to go look at that, I'm gonna start doing the YouTube channel and doing all that stuff. I think I might have put it in the chat already. But I'm gonna do the YouTube channel, and then don't have anything to announce yet. But I'm gonna announce something. Some of you guys already know about that. So I don't want to announce it just yet because I don't have everything locked in the way that I want. but I want to announce something. I'll tell you guys more later. But yeah, and once I do that, I'll start obviously doing some videos on the channel and you know, posting more photos, which again, there's no photos now, but I'll start posting more stuff about the collection. Me and Philly have talked about doing a collection tour, but I want to build the module cases and get all set up, and you know, so it's kind of a process. So anyways, long-winded explanation, but yeah, the YouTube channel set up. I barely set it up, so there's nothing there yet, but I barely set it up, and waiting to announce something. Some of you guys know, but I'm working on it little by little.
All right, well, thank you so much, Jose, again, for being on the show again. Looking forward to your first live stream show. If you're still going to do the way that I know you mentioned something about it, so that should be interesting. So looking forward to that. Mr. 1Adam12, I know you've just reviewed the Obi-Wan figure, but what do you got going on?
Yeah, we my daughter and I just put up a review this weekend of the new Obi-Wan Kenobi TV series, Obi-Wan Kenobi figure, and it's a pretty awesome figure, we think. So check that out, and we have a couple of figures coming in. Sideshow's got I got noticed, of course, Batman 89, and I have Thrawn coming in this later this week. Gio, again, thank you for having me on, and I think it's, you know, it's a testament to the character 85 years ago that Bob Kane and Bill Finger created in Batman, that we all, each of us, have our own special connection to a cinematic Batman that we're trying to argue and we're trying to advocate for. And I think that shows you the special character that they created and how it's touched all of us in own unique ways, and how each of those performances hit us in a certain way, that we're here and we're trying to, you know, advocate for who's the best Batman. That's testament to Bob Kane and Bill Finger, because they created a character that stood the test of time. And hopefully 85 years from now, our grandkids and great grandkids will be arguing over this. I think that's awesome. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, well, thank you for that, Adam. Again, thank you so much for being on here again, like always. Everyone here in the panel, the Canon Council, appreciate your time. Everyone who was chatting in the live chat consistently tonight, really greatly appreciate it. Like I said, this show got really, really long, but thank you so much. And if you're watching in the replay, also special thanks for you guys there too. So that's it. Night all, says Steve. I know it's late. Thank you there, Mr. Steve. Thank you, everyone. And I'll be seeing you guys next time. Have a good night.
Bye.